We're
guys are going to
going
see
live.
a lot more
Not next week, the week after.
cosmetics and more game modes and stuff. So
Yeah, I can't wait. We need an expert. Insurgency Sandstorm, everybody. Game Pass. I think it's the 28th, actually, isn't it? 28th, 29th?
I don't know.
I think so. I
think it's the 29th. Yeah.
29th?
Yeah.
Let us know, chat. Hey, what's up? Yeah, we're live. This is Xbox Ultimate Podcast, episode number 115 already? Yeah, 115. Yeah, we're going to have a fun show today. I got
2 more and Master Chief shows up.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, dude. Will we have Master Chief show up, you think, at 117? Maybe 3-Bit will show up in his Master Chief helmet. That'd be nice.
I mean, I got a helmet right there.
You do. Well, yeah, you could wear that one on 117. That'd be nice. I don't have one, but I could always play with my Master Chief toys.
You just put the camera on the little Funko Pop.
Yeah, that'd work. It's actually it's a lot bigger than it looks like on the camera. It's pretty damn big. It's like one of those giant ones. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning into the show. Appreciate you all. What's up, Spider-Man? What's up, FARK? What's up, Tony Grasso, Patman Jones Effect, RSJ. Yo, got Talos Ray hanging out. Master Clown, Michael Garvey. Vic the Click is hanging out as well. Yeah, Black Card A, as Pong Soul says. Tony Grasso. We're gonna have some fun. There's honestly like not a lot of big topics, right? This is a season of gaming, not news, really, right? So, but there's a lot of cool games to play. We'll talk about some of those. We'll talk about some awesome Black Friday deals that have been popping up, and how you can get an Xbox Series S for $187. Yes, $187.50 to be exact. Plus tax. Yeah, but let's get to this awesome panel and we'll have some fun. Hey, Psycho, Mellow Fellow, what's up, dude? How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Just been working and doing some gaming and whatnot. And Twitter's still around, so it hasn't imploded, as a lot of people have said.
What? The sky didn't fall? You're kidding
No,
me. You're kidding me, Psycho. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. There's a madman running this place, and it didn't fall apart. Holy shit! Oh my god!
It's amazing how many people don't work there now, and that Twitter still runs perfectly fine.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he's doing. Culling. It's called culling, folks. That's what it's called. Anyways, all right, we're not gonna get into that, but yes, let's go.
But I did ask him to bring back the animated PNPs, the avatars. So maybe
animated penises. What?
I have no idea what that
Pong's
is.
the one that goes
Remember?
left first.
Okay, you know your avatar.
Well, PNP, penises and pussies, right? That's what we're going. It's Psycho talking, so I got to get on his brainwave here. Okay?
I would assume that's what his
you
timeline.
need to get some mushrooms.
That's probably that's already what your timeline's filled with anyway, Psycho. So I don't understand what you're asking for.
So, anyways, animate. No, so your picture that you use for your avatar, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they used to be animated back in the day. I guess you can use a GIF or whatever the case is. So I asked him today, hey, can you fucking bring those back? You know, put it on your to-do list, you know? So we'll see. He hasn't replied back yet. So.
Okay. We'll see if he has time.
Maybe you should apply for a job while you're at it.
Yeah, I'm here to hire.
Yeah,
I hear
probably hit him up.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be a great social media guy. So here we go. Pick me. Psychonauts for president.
Pick me.
Hardcore.
Yeah, I like my timeline, if Psycho was in charge of anything at Twitter, would also end up being filled with porn, probably as well.
Anime porn with tentacles.
So it's just like this is being censored too much. Let's just push it out. This is the most important stuff automatically.
That's all we'd have for followers. That's all we'd have was OnlyFans. That's all it would be, OnlyFans. That's all it would be. Psycho would automatically push them. That's all it would be.
Content creator of the week is Amber.
What's
top 0.18%?
Does she does she shit on beds? That Amber?
Hey, if you're into it.
Okay. All right. What's up, Jasper? How are you doing?
Yo, doing all right. I just got the M13 unlocked in Modern Warfare, the DMZ. You had a tricky challenge. You did. Did someone give it to you?
I'm not gonna say.
Someone gave it to you?
Yes, they did.
Hey, chat.
I saw you playing with Calarie. So
hey, chat. Oh, you were playing with Calarie.
Shout out to Calarie.
Chat, you want to know how you want to see what happens when you bring a virgin into the conversation. We were talking about OnlyFans and women, and what does Jasper go to? Doesn't even say anything about it. He just goes right. I got it. I got my M13, guys. That's what I did today.
Got my M13B.
and I was on the Enterprise last night. It was great.
Humble brag.
Well,
got my
it's an
M13B.
Xbox show,
everybody.
so you know we got to stick to the topic.
Yeah.
Not going left this week.
Did you play? Did you get some fun playing time with your M13?
Yeah, I got a few multiplayer matches in with it. And Elon, let's go back to SpaceX stuff so we can get to Mars. There, I'll change the conversation from the Twitter stuff.
Okay,
Focus on
right
that.
Yeah. What's up with you, Fuzz? How's it going, sir?
Doing pretty good, man. Oh man, just trying out Mastodon. It's a little different, but yeah, Twitter's going to be around. It's just I figured just in case the employees that got locked out or let go or whatever, if they unplugged everything and Twitter just went away for a week or two, at least you have something to kind of keep you occupied. So,
yeah.
But yeah,
it's a little backup thing right now, just in case.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Put in your back pocket, just in case. Yeah.
I do have a question for whoever decided to try. I did a Mastodon profile too, and what fucking server did y'all use? Because there's about, I don't know, 100.
I did the one that Aaron Greenberg did, which was like sdf.org or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, SDF.
Yeah, but you can follow anybody from any server. It's just like you got to like copy and paste their full thing.
Or we could just say on Twitter.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Yeah,
right.
Because I'm sitting there like, I wasn't sure if it was like, specific servers or for, kind of like video games. You're in server 1, so you're only going to be playing and interacting with whoever's in that server.
I don't understand how it works really, but it's kind of like people are saying it's kind of like RRC in a way, right? So I don't know, but I put it on the SDF.org, I think, and that's where most of the people in the gaming community I've seen making their accounts. So that's why I chose that one. Right. Yeah. I don't know. There's been people on there. There's a little bit of interaction, but it's not Twitter, and it never will be. You know what I mean? So
no, Twitter is just so simplistic.
Yeah. Wow, we have a special appearance here. Lovely wife Caitlin. I see you. Hey, baby, thanks for hopping in. First in my heart. It's been a little while since you've been on the show.
It's been a long time. I feel like maybe 2 months or so.
Yeah.
I know you're too good for us. You gotten TikTok fucking.
No, I haven't even posted on TikTok since before Halloween.
She's been sick.
Yeah.
Your fans are crying.
I know they are. They are.
You're a terrible celebrity.
I am. No, I just had to take some time for myself.
Oh gosh. Yeah. But she's been sick for 2 weeks straight. Crazy.
Very sick.
Allergies.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for being here, babe. I didn't know if you're gonna make it.
Pop on for a little bit. I just noticed your name on here on Zoom.
You like that?
Funny.
Shout out to also the Encyclopedia of Gaming, dating back to the very first game ever created, Pong Soul. Welcome, and I'm glad you could join us with all of your wisdom, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate being here after we had a great conversation last night on PM and PM. It's Friday, and now I get to be with the whole family, which is absolutely amazing. Like you said, Mav, this week we did have some news this week. It was an interesting week of news, to say the least. But overall, glad to be here. New late start time means I can be here at the start of the show, which is obviously amazing. We got our first dub last night in Warzone 2.0, which was nice.
I fucked up another dub after you left. It was me and
you did.
It was me and Jasper and Vic playing. Vic, for some reason the game glitched out. We couldn't redeploy Vic. We made it to the end. It was me and Jasper, and we had these guys. I mean, we fucking should have won.
It was a 2v2, and Mav just runs out in open field.
It was a 2v2. There was a guy. Now hold on.
That's classic.
There was a guy.
He started playing Division again.
I had gotten lots of kills and stuff. I was doing good. But I got overconfident. And there was a guy. He was standing behind this metal oil derrick looking thing or whatever, and his head was pointed downwards. I thought he was looting. right? Because he was standing completely still and he's just looking downwards. And I'm like, what a fucking idiot. He's like, half of his body's just sticking out. But I didn't want to start shooting there because I knew he would easily be able to get cover. So I was like, I'm just gonna fucking walk up on this guy.
I just waited to let him shoot me first.
So I started walking up on him, and all of a sudden, just get fucking lasered. He just like pops out, and he just fucking annihilates me in the chest. And I'm like, shit, I'm sorry. And then Jasper's like, no, I'm getting shot from behind now because there was another fucker that was. I fucked it all up. That was like such an easy win we could have had. And it
bothered him for the rest of the night.
It honestly fucking did. I couldn't stop thinking about how much I fucked that up at the end there.
It affected his performance.
Yeah, it did. But
and I'm going to start a pigeon carrier business too, by the way, folks, for our DMs. So in case Twitter goes down, we're going to go back to pigeons carrying messages across the country.
That's a great idea.
I think it's a good investment.
Yeah.
I think so.
Can I buy stock?
There's actually a pigeon farm down the street. So
is there? You can give me a good deal.
Pidgey.
Let's go.
Yeah, we can.
We'll have to team up, Psycho.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would like to buy stock in your pigeon farm. And
I don't buy any supplies in GTA. I'm a pro at stealing them.
Yeah,
you know how to run businesses now.
Yeah,
illegal businesses.
So what we do is you get a semi truck, roll up to the pigeon farm, and just throw the pigeon farm into the semi truck.
Get the coop, open it up.
How many pigeons?
Fly, little pigeons,
not pigeons. How many businesses are you involved in on GTA now, babe?
Let's see. I just opened up a methamphetamine. I have my document forging company, counterfeit cash, marijuana, and cocaine. Of course, can't forget that.
Oh yeah, that's classic. You gotta have that.
Yeah. And she actually just moved all of her businesses closer together so she can manage them all better. Like she's actually thinking like she's thinking like an actual business mogul.
My nightclub.
Oh well, yeah. Obviously, that's where a lot of your clientele is
like. I could be much more efficient if all of these businesses were closer together. I mean, I just waste so much time traveling in the car back and forth.
Is business booming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you name the business Booger Sugar?
All the businesses are named Fancy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fancy's Booger Sugar.
It's Fancy Inc. And like she has all these businesses within them.
Subsidiaries
like
under it.
Fancy's cocaine, Fancy's whores, Fancy's weed, or we call it reefer, you know.
Supposed to have fronts though, so you can launder the money. How are you laundering the money?
They're all fronts.
Oh, okay.
Laundromat.
Yeah. Shout out to Alvin, Alvin, thank you, dude. Wow, just hit us with a $20 very ultra generous super chat. And
Alvin!
And this is what he had to say for that $20, just because. And that's awesome, dude. We freaking love you, man. And also, speaking of the one that I ruined the dub for last night as well, Vic the Click hit us with a $5 super chat as well. Appreciate you, dude. He says, to make this not get flagged, she talking about a video game. DEA, no need. Yes. I appreciate that. Yes, we were talking about Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is
the game, not the crime.
Yes, right. Yes, the game. GTA 5.
I wish it was that easy to have all those businesses in real life.
Right?
It is. Just go start asking people.
Yeah. I know Pablo.
I mean, you've already learned everything you need to know from the video game. You should be able to take this information and translate it to the real world.
I know. I just need an oppressor vehicle in real life.
An oppressor vehicle?
Hey, you already got a dude in Florida. I'm just saying, transport's right there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's multiple of us in Florida, so.
Yeah, exactly.
You just get a small plane, island hop down through Cuba all the way to South America. And
oh
then
my
God.
God. Now we're actually plotting out. All right.
Can't get
At some point, there's a line. I don't know when we're going to cross it.
Fuzzy, you actually fly, don't you, in your spare time?
No, it's called the Rio Grande. That's the line, man.
I've been known to pilot a few vehicles.
Oh, yeah. See, Fuzzy's piloted a few vehicles.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
God.
We got the whole crew here.
Yeah,
this is really coming together.
I think I saw a movie about your life. It's called American Made. It had like Tom Cruise in it. Is that right, Fuzzy? That was a great movie, by the way. Yeah, this has been an interesting left starting conversation for sure. But that's what happens when Fancy shows up on the show, as always. Well, you know what, guys? It's time to get to our sponsor.
you're going to do that after we just talked about porn, cocaine, drugs.
Yes. What better time than talking about shaving your
go
fucking
hand in hand
downstairs? Come on,
you
man.
go hand in
Yes,
hand.
they do.
Yeah.
You're gonna be having a lot of sex when we open
Unintended.
up all this stuff, Jasper.
Well, something goes in your hand.
When you put the cocaine on your wiener, you don't want hair
Oh my
there. So
God.
No, I mean like you're smoking a joint and like you know.
oh fuck.
It numbs it up good.
Really lost his fucking.
Nothing smooths out the night better than shaved.
Oh my God. That's cocaine on your. Oh my God. Do a line. That's the longest line you've ever had before in your life. All right. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Your
just
dick will look
manscaped.
as long as your
Well, I think
line.
let's actually get to a topic first, and then we'll get back to the sponsor here. So, yeah, let's talk about something else for a little while. Yo,
Okay.
Xbox's Black Friday sale. Yeah, they it seemed like they're going all out on this thing. So we did the math. So they dropped the price for the holiday sales to $249 for Xbox Series S. Might as well say, wow, that's already crazy enough, right? But Target for Black Friday is also giving away a $50 gift card if you buy at Xbox Series S. You're not just going to buy into Series S. You're going to get Game Pass 3-month card. You're going to get, Xbox gift card. You're going to get another extra controller. You can get some other stuff. $50, that's going to go towards your other holiday shopping easily, no matter you get groceries, whatever, right? That knocks automatically down that Series S to $200 like that. Now take this into account, right? If you are a Target customer, you also get a Target Red Card holder. You get 5% off, right? That's not a credit card.
I
goes
was
to
just
your
going to
checking
say that
account.
for anybody who doesn't know that, it's not a credit card. It's just a debit card that you connect to your account for free.
Yeah.
So that's it. No
Yep.
application needed.
Yep. It's just you give them a check or use your debit card. You can sign up for it online or whatever. So you get 5% off extra on top of that. So 5% off the $250 though, right? So it's another $12.50 off. So you can walk away with a Series S, the value at Target, $187.50.
How much is it if you work there? You get a job for a week.
If you get a job there for the holidays, they're hiring. You get another discount. I actually had worked at Target for a short time when I was a teenager. I don't remember what the discount was. I'm sure it's different today. It's
it
probably
was 20% back in the day. I think it might be 10, 15% now.
Yeah, probably 10. Yeah, it's
10,
just like 10 now. I have no idea. If you work at Target or know somebody that does, this guy gets a discount. You take advantage of that as well. But wow, I mean, and Series S's are pretty readily available as well. So I mean, how many of these are gonna freaking sell this holiday season, guys? I mean, they're being pretty damn aggressive. I've seen people raise concerns over, well, this is bad for gaming now. I mean, this obviously it's not worthy of anything if they're selling it for so cheap. But yeah, fuck it, $187, and you can get Game Pass and all that stuff, and you get all that value. Bring it home for the family. Like, it's pretty bold. I wonder how this is going to do for the casual market, right? The ones that didn't necessarily consider an Xbox, but all of a sudden you're just deciding, okay, $187 or $200, whatever you want to say, versus $500. It's a pretty big gap.
Yep.
Right? Being able to play
yeah.
Call of Duty at what is it? Isn't there 120 frames mode on Series S or on Series S?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I mean,
multiplayer is 120 frames.
You can play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 120 frames on a Series S. You get out with that device for $187. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Do you think it's going to give them the chance to actually take the edge over PlayStation for the holidays? That's the question, right?
If there's readily enough available, it could very well. Especially this is near impulse buy price point.
Yeah.
Where to $250 plus a $50 gift card, and then if you have that red card, 5% on top of that. Yeah, I mean, you're under $200. You can walk out per se. for a brand new console that plays all the next gen games or current gen games as we call it, but people still tag that moniker next gen, because other console manufacturers still putting games out on their last year consoles. But anyways, this definitely could be a boost in console sales for the Series S, and a lot of people that were on the fence of getting a console, well, now at that price point, like, I can play Call of Duty, I can use all my streaming apps I can watch onto my one device on, you know, I'm a lot of people looking to buy a new TV Black Friday, so the gift with this, either for themselves, or if they got kids, getting the Series S for them, even though they want an Xbox or PlayStation 5. Those parents right now, they're on a budget, a lot of them, and if they want to get a console, they're like, okay, you know what, this is what we can get. It's either this or nothing. So Merry Christmas. I mean, that's how it was growing up. Pretty much, it was like, parents found the deal and they got it, and regardless of what console you actually wanted. So the price point speaks, and parents are the ones that have the money for the casual gamers and new gamers in general. So we can definitely see this in console hardware jump up and for the holidays. So
how are they able to get
it Target? Like, there's not that many Targets like out there. Like, the closest one to me is like 40 minutes away.
Well, you live in like a boondocks.
There's a lot of Targets out there, even in Canada. Targets in Canada too.
If you have that red card debit, you get free shipping.
So can you do this deal online?
I'm not sure.
I haven't checked that.
I think you can.
If you can, that's even crazier. But yeah, what we saying, baby? You get free shipping with the red card.
Yeah.
So is that like on everything?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know around here, I mean, we got Targets out the ass.
Yeah, Targets are in every big city, so it's like
right. But that's also where the biggest population zones are too. So in the rural areas, obviously, I mean, that's going to come with the territory of any retailer, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, how many Best Buys or do you have by you, or how many, this or that? I think Walmart's probably the most common to be in every small town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But besides that, like, and I think, the 250 thing's still going to go a long way, because I think that's pretty universal, isn't it? Like, that's like everywhere.
It's a drop.
So
drop.
Right now, I'm on the Target website. Shipping is not available for any console because of
their bots and resellers.
Yes, so they are not doing that but you can pre-order it and pick it up online and then go to the store and pick it up. So they will hold it for you. I think you have a 4-hour hold on it. So if you really want to get a console, because it shows right now, it shows it $250 regular sale ends this Saturday. $50, and it's all highlighted in red. $50 Target gift card, and then next to it, there's a new bundle coming out on the 29th. It's the Gilded Hunter bundle.
Yes.
So Rocket League, Fortnite, and Fall Guys.
It comes with like cosmetics or something.
And you get 1,000. You get 1,000 credits for each game or whatever.
Yeah, it's a 3-game bundle. I mean, even that's free to play games, but it's 3 games bundled in that. So that's another thing that Xbox is doing. So here we go. Holiday season. They're pushing the Series S.
Steel's got something for you to bundle. And he just said that in chat.
Right on. What's up, Steel? How's it going, dude? What's up, Justin Sane? I would say shout out to Justin Sane, the newest member of Xbox Factor Podcast. Also, shout out to Boom and
congratulations.
All of his great shows as well over there. Always.
I have one other thing to say about the Target. I know we keep talking about the red card, but also if you have that, you save 5% every day on specialty gift cards.
Yeah.
So like you can buy like not Target gift cards, but like Xbox gift cards, PlayStation, like, to restaurants, movie theaters. everywhere.
Nice.
Wait, do you get a discount on buying gift cards?
Yes.
So you could just buy $50 gift cards and then like go to some trade-in place, and then you would get it for like $45, and you could. How is that not like a scam?
You get it $47.50. You pay.
There's got to be like a limit or something.
I don't know. I mean, you're only making 5% back so
every
it's
day.
like,
Yeah, but I mean, if you buy enough, 5% can go a long way.
yeah. Can you give me $5 million worth of gift cards, and I'm going to turn around and flip them for? I mean, second-hand gift cards trade in like that. I mean, it'd be hard to move that many. You know what I mean? Like, and get equal value back. I would think, right? So, but I get what you're saying. Fuzzy, do you know anybody who could potentially get a Series S now because of this price point? Like any families you think like, hey, they were holding off, but now it's like, well, you know, this is gonna reach that point where it's like, now it's just easy to get. I saw Tony saying maybe they should have done the Series X, but the other thing, I don't know why they would have done that if they don't have enough available also, so that could be a thing.
Correct.
Yeah. Like the Series S, like I would say the main people that I could see hopefully getting this holiday would be a lot of my sons or high school friends that some of them still have an Xbox One, either the old VCR style one or the Xbox One S. This could be a great time for them to ask the parents to replace theirs, because I know a few of them are still on the previous gen console, and the boys being into gaming and talking to their friends about games and things like that. This will be the time to kind of have them nudge their parents to pick this up, especially with this $50 deal plus the gift card deal and whatnot. It's I wouldn't say it's ridiculous, but it's borderline ridiculous how good a value that price point is. It's like $200 when it's all said and done, or basically you pay $250 for the console and you can get probably a game for free, or a digital code.
Especially if you get a code. Good thing is, right, but you can't buy a game with the Series S because then you're like, what do? Stick that shit in there? Yeah, it's not going to work, right? But if you buy a digital code, if you take advantage of the Black Friday sale, I mean, there's some ridiculous deals on there too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because the awesome thing about Xbox in comparison to PlayStation, I don't mean to make this a console war thing, but you can't buy digital codes outside of the PlayStation Store anymore for PlayStation. But for Xbox, you can buy them at GameStop, you can buy them at Target, Best Buy. They still sell digital codes.
CD keys.
Yeah, 7-Eleven. Yeah. So that $50 gift card comes in handy, because if they missed out on the Modern Warfare 2 bundle from Target not too long ago, this will be the perfect time that they pick it up and actually get a better value overall. So yeah, it's an awesome deal. But I know of at least, I would say 3 of their friends they'll probably hopefully have this under the tree waiting for them after the holiday. So we'll see.
Yeah. Pretty damn strong. You make a good point too with like people that still own the last gen consoles, right? Because that's ultimately who they're trying to sell these things to. And like if you have what's probably the most popular console still in a household is the PS4 and Switch, right? So if you got a Switch, Switch doesn't have access to a lot of these kind of games, right? That are on the Series S. Also, at PS4, it's getting a little dated now. I'm not talking about PS4 Pro or PS5. I think the most common console in a household is still a traditional PS4, right? So you have that out there. So all these people, you can literally sell that on eBay for probably as much or more than you could go and buy a Series S for $187, right?
Yeah.
And being able to compare, I mean, a lot of people that like let's take a kids or teenagers or whatever, casual gamers into example. You got Fortnite, Roblox, you got now Call of Duty, NBA 2K, Madden, FIFA, like these big games that the masses play, right? Man, that experience on a Series S for all those games, and including just the UI or whatever, blows a PS4 out of the water. You know, I mean, it's just like not even a comparison. In fact, I mean, if you even have an Xbox One X, we've replaced One X's with Series S's in our house, and the image quality is better on a Series S when you're playing games. I'll completely stand behind that because most of those One X games, even though they're 4K, they're still running at 30 frames, right? And when you're seeing the Series S games running at 60, even if it's 1080, 1440p, or upscaled or whatever, it just looks way better. Plus, you get higher fidelity in a lot of games as well.
And you get SSD built in, so you don't have to
the
load
SSD,
the game for 2.5 minutes.
The menu system, the quick resume, all these little features, all these little things that they are added into the feature set. It's like, man, it's a time to jump in. It's a time, if you've been waiting on jumping into this generation, the Series S is not a slouch. I feel like sometimes it gets like, because all the random developers that have spoken, oh, it's going to hold back, blah, blah, it's a potato, all that bullshit. It's bull. That's bull. It's like,
exactly.
Thing is a beast. It's a little beast. It's like an original nickname was. Shout out to Iron Lord's Little Man. Little Man is strong, right? Little Man is strong.
And don't forget the original PS4 was a 1080p box running at 30. And so we got the Series S running at 1080p, 1440p, sometimes 4K, and having 60 frames.
Or sometimes 120, right?
Yeah, and then 1440, 120, 1080p, 120. It just depends on the game and the optimization that the developers do. It's all down on developers, that, you know, but the console is capable of doing this work. And, you know, a lot of these games are beautiful, and, you know, and people that wanting a second console or next a new gen console, you know, Series S is perfect for them. And this definitely is one of those consoles that are going to be at that price point that a lot of families are going to be getting, and a lot of people that can't afford a $500 box, or hey, they never played on an Xbox before, they pick up this console right now.
A second console as well, right? Even if you got even if you're a PS5 player and you're like, I love PlayStation so much, I'm never gonna that price gets to a tempting point where it's like, well, I can get Game Pass and get all these games, and it's like maybe I don't have to spend $70 on some of these games or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So.
A lot of these multiplayer games are, you know, that do come out on Game Pass. A lot of games do come to Game Pass, so you get to play it. You know, you can save that money, and whenever you do get a first party game, you can finally spend that $70. You know, and the third party games you can play on Game Pass. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saving a buck. I mean, it's weird with these people out here trying to, you know, pocket watch everybody, and it's like, listen, you guys are weird. I will spend my money where the value is. That's where I go to. You know, and if it's a game that I want to play, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to play it, regardless of the console. So
I thought about getting a Series S and just using it as like a cast thing, like a Chromecast or whatever, just using that on my TV. And like, if I want to play a game, I could.
That's what I was going to do with my mama, because she's always out in the living room, and she, you know, I have all these streaming services on the Xbox. So I was like, you know what, let me just fucking hook up that little box out there and she can use you know, the Disney Plus and the Netflix and whatnot, and, you know, and plus if she wants to play some, because she was an old school gamer. That's who got me into gaming. His mom, you know, she had the Atari back in the day, and she was the one that talked my grandparents into getting us a Nintendo. So, you know, if it wasn't for her, you know, I would have been a gamer growing up.
Should have her play Vampire Survivors.
I don't know, that might be a little too complicated for her.
Yeah.
You know, even though you don't do shit, you just move your character. It's the combo. She's old, you know, she's getting old.
I understand.
You know, she's forgetting things.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom. But you're old.
Pong, what's your take on 187?
It's ridiculous value. There's really no reason why not to. If the wish list this year included a new console, as I've been talking about for months, thinking about Black Friday and them dropping the price, and even at $250. And we should mention that Amazon right now has it for $240. straight up as well. They kicked
Crazy.
off another $10, and then right underneath that, they allow you to pick up 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate for $41.66. So you're talking about getting the Series S plus 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate for still less than what the original cost of that box is, right? So you're talking about huge, huge value here. And then I double checked too, all access through Xbox, whether you do it through them or through like Verizon.
Yeah.
They've dropped all that price down too. So you can get a Series S if you're approved. You get a Series S and 24 months of Game Pass Ultimate for $18.74 a month.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like this is like it's a no-brainer at this point if the wish list this year includes a new console. And for the masses, that's what we talked about. The S is not for us enthusiasts outside of extra console for the spare bedroom or the bathroom or whatever the hell you're going to do with it. It's not, but for the masses, again, they don't care. That's why we saw the Wii U blow up at a certain price point and become ridiculous. Of course, it did help. Obviously, everybody got into the Wii Motion and all that kind of stuff. But for the masses, they're not double checking stats and like, oh, I need 4K 60 on every game, so I can't do. That's not what it's about for them. It's about, does Fortnite run on this? Yeah. Does the new Call of Duty run on it? Mm-hmm. Can I play Madden? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're in. That's all that freaking matters for a lot of the masses and for the kids nowadays as well. So I think that you can't pass this up. Just think about it. Even let's say the parents have put aside, let's say they looked at the Series X and the PlayStation 5, right? And they had put aside, they've been scrambling, as we know, all of us who have been parents do. When the kids put something on the wish list, even if times are tough, you do your damnedest to make it happen for Christmas. It's like the one time of year where you just go, screw it, whatever I got to sacrifice, I'm going to make this happen. So let's say family of 4, couple kids, they got the kids are all like, hey, we really want an Xbox, blah, blah, blah. And they're looking at the Series X. They put aside $500 thinking that's what they got to spend. They walk in the store, start doing the math on 2 Series S's, one for each kid. And all of a sudden they're walking out of the store and they can get Game Pass on top of for about the next 6 months for the same prices they would have paid for a Series X or a PlayStation 5. The parents are going to
I'll do you one
better.
better.
They're going to listen to the kids fight over who's going to play on it first.
Right.
I'll do you one better, Pong. For that price, $187.50, right?
Yep.
You can get 3 Series S's for $562.50.
Yep.
And to put this into perspective, one PS5 is $550 is the lowest you can find it, unless there's some Black Friday deals on that I haven't seen yet. $550. Now maybe some of them are giving gift cards away, right? So with that as well, so maybe if you took that down to 500 or whatever, still 3 Series S's in your house for $562.50, as opposed to one console for $500.
Yep. Again, however you want to break it down, to be able to play current gen games, like that's stupid. Like this early in the generation, that's just dumb. Like that's not even supposed to happen. And again, once the parents start learning about Game Pass, if the kids already don't know about it from their friends, and that there's 400 games available out of Game Pass, and all you gotta do is pay a little monthly fee. Listen, this is why Xbox set all this up. This is why the Xbox Series S was designed. People in our community, the enthusiasts, like to go, oh, why did they make this? It's so stupid. It's a potato, blah, blah, blah. This is exactly why they did this. This system, the Series S, is pretty much proof of concept at this point that if you make it, they will come. And if you make it valuable, more will come. And that's what's happening right now. And that's why we've seen the Series S blow up, for all the reasons that even the enthusiasts are buying it as their secondary console. So even the PlayStation 5 guys out here who maybe don't like Xbox that much and don't see themselves spending another $500 on Series X can go get a Series S and jump in and have a good to great experience on every single one of these games. That's what this is all about. And now during Christmas time, holidays, that's when you see the other side come into play with all the regular people showing up. thinking about finally upgrading that PlayStation 4 or that Xbox One for the kids this year, that's what they start looking at. And here's the Series S, perfectly positioned to take advantage even in a time of recession, even in a time when the economy sucks. You get it at a price point that is reasonable, that most parents will try to fit in their budget for the kids no matter what. That's why the Series S was designed. Now, Xbox, Microsoft, they didn't know all this stuff was going to happen. They didn't know the pandemic was going to come along. They didn't know the recession was going to happen, all this stuff happening in the world. But what they did know was that eventually they were going to get this price point down, that even in good times, people still look at that price point and say, why not? This is great. We don't care about all the bells and whistles. We just want something the kids are going to play and be happy with. Again, does it play Call of Duty? Mm-hmm. Does it play Fortnite? Mm-hmm. Does it play Madden? Mm-hmm. Sold. That's all it is. And I think that's where this Xbox, Microsoft, they were geniuses for deciding to go to this two-tiered console this time around. They saw the history of the video game market. They've seen the success of lower-priced, underpowered machines, and I'm not calling the Series S underpowered, but you guys all know what I mean when I say that. It's not as obviously up to spec as the Series X or a PS5, but we've seen throughout history of industry that the lower spec machines, hence the Game Boys, dominated when Sony tried to come into the handheld market. The lower spec machines can dominate if you set it up at the right point, and that's exactly what Microsoft and Xbox has done here. I expect huge holiday numbers from the Series S. I can't wait to see what it comes out at.
Yeah, right on, man. Well said, Pong. And also, if you just want to get a Series X, that's cool too. Obviously, it's
no, you're not allowed. You only can buy Series S's now.
I think
they're actually discontinuing the Series X from here on out.
Oh, is that what's being said? Okay. Yeah, but I want to take the time now to say thank you to all of our listeners again here. At times I regret not being able to take the time on some of the shows to say thank you to all the channel members and stuff. So I would like to do that if that's okay, because we got a lot of awesome channel members here on Fun Speculation, and there's lots of different ways of supporting the show, whether it's through membership on the channel or membership on audio for this show as well, or merch and all that kind of cool stuff. We have a sponsor now as well too, so we'll get to that in a second. But I want to say thanks to all the people that have become members on the channel, for either if you stayed or not. I mean, it's just awesome to have people that actually want to take part in that. So shout out to UK Lad, Jesse B, General Spartan 27, Trinity, the Rockin' Warrior podcast, Chris Jones, FARK, the man of many names, Ray Oid, WhySoSerious, Master Clown X3, KY Bob, Caper Grant 692, Michael Garvey, Topaz Girl 170, Vic the Click, Phasma, DeathLordStrong, Calarie, Susie, Dr. Dinglenut, Killanitis, Alvin, Deccaddo, the Wise Little Gamer, Italian Clowns, Micah Ford, Boogeyman, Black Sheep Weeb, appreciate you, DK Chillin, Darren, Xbox International Podcast, Dark CMF, Silent Cypher, Pong Soul, who's that guy? Game Pass Dad, Tony Grasso, Lord Roughness, Gamer by Choice, Geezer Prime, Chaos Theory, Reign of the Third Eye, Lord Master Jasper, who the fuck is that guy? 3-Bit, Matt Burns, Assassin Lupa, and Back from Dead. And I also wanted to say thank you to Jonathan Dunn, who's a actual audio supporter as well. You can do that. I also want to take the time to say, I've been getting a lot of DMs asking about Lupa. Honestly, I just wanted to put it out there that I don't know right now. Right? I've sent messages, and I know Kate has, and for a couple months now, Pong has, and we haven't heard anything back. Right? So obviously, that's not good news. The last news we'd had was months ago, and it was positive at that point, but I don't know, and I wish I had more information to tell people. So if I get a DM, unfortunately, that's the message I got to put out there to you. And I haven't put anything on Twitter because I haven't had any news to share, and I don't want to sway anybody's thinking on this thing, with that. And I just hope for the best, and I think we all do as well. But yeah, thank you to all the channel members and supporters out there. You all fucking rock, and you're a big part of what we do here. Spider-Man says faster, too slow, Mav. Was that too fast?
Bingo balls.
Or was that too slow? The channel members actually go faster.
Always faster.
Always faster. Speaking of speaking of always faster, things can
Slow and
move
low.
faster when they're nice and smooth, right? So yeah, we do have a sponsor on this channel now, and so part of that is reading an ad. We got to do this for the first time last night on PM of the PM. So time to do it again here, and I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Manscaped. Now, everybody.
Manscaped.com. Are you going to do the Australian British accent, though?
Well, I got to read the thing again. So I don't know. Like, I mean,
everybody enjoyed it last night. You were killing people.
If I can't do that one, maybe I should try a different.
You like
accent.
a Russian or a Canadian?
No Russian. Don't do Russian.
A Canadian.
No
Russian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great mission. Great mission.
Canadian could be funny. It's never too early to play holiday music.
Wait, are you from Canada? Sounds like Ireland.
No, that's North Dakota.
No, he's
North Dakota.
He's definitely Canadian right now. Scandinavian, Norwegian.
You know,
he's there.
You know, it's
Saskatchewan.
It's part
Saskatchewan.
I'm from a small little part of Canada where we talk like this. You know, so it's never too early to play holiday music. It's never too early to start thinking about your big round ornaments, whether it's for a friend or the friend in your pants. You can make this a season to be jolly with Manscaped. Do your little drummer boy a favor and use the lawnmower 4.0 to avoid another silent night in the bedroom, you hosers. Then add in Manscaped's top of the line shower products to have the people thinking, all I want for Christmas is you, Santa cares about his sack, and so should you hosers. Look nice. I'm sorry if I'm messing this up, I'm so sorry. Look nice when you get naughty by going to manscaped.com and use code Fun Speculation. That's Fun Speculation. for free shipping and 20% off. You know, it's a good deal. I've been using this product.
Oh my God.
And I'll say I'm smoother than a Saskatchewan male model. You know, you see the guys that got the glistening pecs, you know, on the ads and stuff. You know, I shine. It's give me confidence. Yeah.
What the?
I just want to point out that
what
Justin Sand hit it on the nose when he said, "Is he a Canadian leprechaun?" Yes.
I moved back and forth between Canada and Ireland, you know, back and
I've
forth.
Seen now people are saying also German and some Latino.
I move around a lot. I travel, you know. It's part of my thing.
Dolphin smooth.
Yeah. Yeah. So get your 20% off and free shipping with the code Fun Speculation at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code Fun Speculation. Manscaped, get your jingle balls ready for the holidays. So it's hey, we all got some cool Manscaped stuff here, you know. Jasper's already bald everywhere, so he didn't have a chance to need anything.
Sorry.
But
I just noticed, is their logo supposed to look like a pair of nuts?
Yeah.
Ding ding ding.
So like on the stream, like the nuts are under like me.
The nuts are under.
Like, I'm on top of the nuts.
You are on top of the nuts.
Those are chestnuts.
Oh my God.
Those are
Jason
Yeah,
Max
that's what I was laughing at.
Jason Max goes, I'm not saying I need a pube trimmer, but when I get an erection, it looks like Pinocchio has joined the Taliban.
Oh my God. Wow.
I'm dead.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Manscaped.com for all your needs, folks.
And don't forget the crop lotion to use after, so your boys can feel silky smooth.
Deodorant so they don't stay stinky.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
For long gaming.
Fun Speculation for 20% off.
Hours of gaming. Use your deodorant.
So they do have the ball deodorant here, and you know what it does? Instead of it smells like your balls have been in a hot car for hours, it smells like chestnuts on a roasting fire. Crop preserver. Yeah, this is one of the items there. It smells pretty good.
Wait, so
Well,
it smells like roasted
I mean-
balls now?
Yeah,
Chestnuts roasting
Roasted nuts.
on an open fire.
it smells pretty good.
We don't need to see a live demonstration.
It kind of
Rub
smells.
it down.
I'm
Where
gonna
are you
put
gonna
some
rub that?
right here on my cheek.
What the fuck?
It smells good. It smells like
not Kate. You have to.
Did I just put
Never mind.
ball
Never mind. I'm
lotion
not
on
gonna
my
go there.
face?
Never
Yeah,
mind.
you did.
Hey, it's been on your face before.
Whoa.
The
I'm
lotion
just
or
kidding.
the?
No.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm
hey.
just kidding.
Whoa.
What?
Wow.
She was
This show might-
so excited after I manscaped. She couldn't wait. Everybody. I mean, it's just what it is.
Just
That's-
slipping and sliding.
Are they silky smooth when they dress? No, mind.
Yeah. No, for real, everybody, use the code FUNSPECULATION at manscaped.com. Get 20% off free shipping. It does help the show as well. So I appreciate you all for having fun with us on that. And
Hold on.
some pretty cool high quality products there for sure.
Very high quality products.
Awesome.
Fart
Awesome
Q
products.
or Nick's. Why do your balls smell like chicken?
You know,
Why do you
Raw,
smell
Manscaped
like
can help
raw
out
or
with that.
cooked? Raw or
Nick's.
cooked?
I don't know. My balls smell like fried chicken.
Yeah.
Be worse if you said raw chicken. Wow.
Yeah.
Got a problem, sir.
Yeah.
We'll get that checked
Sorry.
out. But
Yeah.
no, the products to be serious though, folks, because I did get a package as well for my package, and the products are absolutely high quality, and they are absolutely well done. Like I've tried a ton of different trimmers through the years, through the decades at this point, and this is like one of the highest quality.
His
like,
bush is usually so thick, nothing can get through it. But these
not
just like-
anymore. No, it
Yeah.
hasn't been that way in a long time, sir. It has not been that way in a long time. But I have my experience in shaving it, so I do know.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you, this is some of the best stuff I've ever used.
Mhm.
Like again,
Yeah.
you are getting
Yeah.
what you pay for here. This is like even the packaging itself. Like I said
Yeah.
last night, you thought the Xbox Series X packaging was well done. These guys treat their stuff just as well.
Yeah,
Like the
they have to
package
take
was
pride.
awesome, amazing. They
Yeah.
do. They
Yeah.
do. They present it.
Fuzzy
very
got
well.
some stuff too. Psycho got some stuff too. I've
Yeah.
enjoyed using it. It's pretty easy to use, to be honest.
Well, see,
Yeah.
the biggest thing for me, because the hairs are curly and without too much info, I know. The hairs being
Yours are curly? You don't straighten them
biggest
out?
thing that
You
you
don't
usually have
straighten
to
them out?
worry about.
Use
the
a flat iron.
biggest thing the thing you usually have to worry about the most is nicks, and you don't get any nicks, no cuts, nothing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely one of
Oh.
the best products. I've
Well,
had.
Nick's is in our chat right now. So
No,
Yeah.
not that. no. Yeah, no cuts or anything like that. So yeah, this product is well worth its money and well worth it.
Yeah. My neighbor, she noticed the big difference.
Oh my god.
He brought it up.
Did Jasper's mom say anything?
Oh, she's like, oh wow, these are baby smooth.
Wow. That's great. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
baby smooth. Oh God.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm dead.
Dead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, this fucking show is already fucking out of the window. Wow.
We're supposed to
balls-
do this.
balls-
I'm
Oh,
gonna
balls
die.
smell like raw dog.
You're supposed to do this kind of advertisement every stream. Is it like
I'm fucking gonna die. The pong.
you're just gonna have like a fucking 15-minute segment of your show where it's just nothing but dick jokes? Every day.
We do that every week anyway, bro.
Right on.
So what?
Why not? Let's
All
try to
right.
get paid for
All right.
Yeah. Use Manscaped.
Use
Your lady
Manscaped.
will thank you.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
Did the
god.
show start yet? Why so serious?
Yeah, this is the pre-show.
Yes, Jason Max. Women could also use it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I was demonstrating.
Although women are very picky, so I don't
No.
know. But
Dave, did you read the newspaper? It showed some patterns. to
yes,
use.
it did. A shamrock.
A
I thought that was
shamrock,
interesting. Yeah, I thought
a
that was interesting.
star.
I'm like, I've never had that much to get a shamrock in there.
She's gonna kiss the Blarney Stone.
There's a maneuver I can show Kate after. It's called the Shamrock Shake. Be fun. There's a lot of silence after that one. Okay. All right.
Are you gonna show me the what's the reveal word?
The After Effects.
After?
The After Effects. The After Effects. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
The
So
before and after.
hey, did you guys know that Witcher 3 is getting a next gen update on December the 14th?
Ow! Hey, and another note, it's on sale right now in the Xbox store for $9.99 for the complete edition. So go out, buy it now.
Yeah. If Tony says fuck gaming news, stick with the ads. That's great.
Vic says so much for having a sponsor. No, they encouraged.
They do encourage you to be. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. I mean, you can even like that Tammy chick, that the video that you showed, Kate. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
When she's like, I loved it when my husband slapped his balls across my forehead. They were so smooth. Oh, I was fucking dying. Dude, that chick is funny.
Yeah,
Witcher 3 is also going to be smooth now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it's going to be much smoother. It's
optimized.
It's going to be optimized for the next gen, current gen consoles, right? And I'm excited about it. Another game to play, right? This holiday season. Not that there's not enough already. Holy shit!
Has it been toned?
It's been toned. It's been revived. It's been brought back to life. And I know a lot of people are excited about this game. A lot of people.
I got what you're going for, Caitlin. It's okay.
Yeah. I added in the second word on purpose. Revived. It fits. It fits. Jasper.
And it's going to have mods included as well. They're going to drop mods like they did with Skyrim. So
yeah. So December 14th, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is anybody gonna have time to play this thing though? Again, like, I mean, how are we gonna do this? You know?
Yeah, because there's nothing really coming out for Xbox.
Midnight Suns. Midnight Suns.
December,
baby.
it's Closer to Protocol, Midnight Suns, High on Life.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably skip it.
Yeah, High on Life, I think, is going to be like a 20-hour game. So after that, then I'm probably going to go play that. Callisto Protocol, that's probably going to be maybe a 25, 30-hour game. And
yeah.
So
Evan and I are going to be Manscaped balls deep into Midnight Suns. So, which is 80 to 100 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Midnight Suns.
I don't know yet. You let me know how that is.
Yep.
I'll
You'll be seeing the postings.
I will definitely pick up and play The Witcher 3 again. And because I played through that game like 4 or 5 times, and it just fucking kills me every time I play it. So love it. But now it's optimized. So it's gonna. Yeah, if you've seen the optimized new cover art, I'm like, ooh, that looks nice. So a lot more detail. So I really hope that they bring all the stops for this one, and I mean, because that game is going to be amazing, and a lot of people still haven't played it, so we'll see.
I never finished it.
Restart. Same here. I started it where we bought it on disc, and then I went fully digital, and I wound up picking up the Game of the Year edition, not realizing that it had totally different progression and achievements. So it basically doesn't allow you to carry over the save from the original disc version like some other games would. But yeah, I had to start over, and I'm nowhere near as far as I am with the disc version, which I'm not even going to bother with anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, third time, third try is a charm, or third time's
the charm. Yep.
Yep.
That's same for me, Fuzzy. I'll be on my third attempt to try to get into it, and hopefully with the updates, the combat feels a little bit better. Maybe I learned something from playing Elden Ring, where I have a little bit more patience with the combat this time around. Obviously, it's been a lot of years since I tried The Witcher 3 for my second time. That was back on the PS4, so I'm hoping this time is the time. Because again, I love everything about the game. I love everything love CDPR. I love the story, love the characters, love the atmosphere, love the art direction, love everything about that game. It was just always the combat. About 20 hours in, I was just like, meh. I just got sick of it. So this time around, cross my fingers, because I will play through it. Because I do want to play all the DLC. I want to play Blood and Wine. I want to play all that stuff. To experience what everybody talks about as being, some of the best content ever created for an RPG. So I'm really going to give it a go again. So I can't wait. I'm excited for this. I'm going to make time for this one, no matter what.
Yeah, like I said, it'll be like my third or fourth time trying to get through this. And it's not because I didn't enjoy it. It's just because it's one of those games I always get lost in and kind of just go and do whatever and explore and I get kind of sucked into the story, but then I get like sidetracked on something, or you start playing Gwent, right? So again, it's gonna be amazing seeing it all polished up for these next gen consoles. Which one of my favorite things about this generation is when we get these free updates for older games like this, because they don't play or look like old games. They feel and play like the best experiences that we're getting right now. Even some of the new games we're getting don't perform or look as good as these games because these have been fully optimized now for these consoles, and they're running at high frame rates and high resolutions. And even if you don't have all the bells and whistles of ray tracing or whatever, image quality comes across better, and the experience is a lot smoother and more fun because of that, in my opinion. What were you saying, Psycho?
No, it's going to be impressive, and especially battling the Thunder Chicken that comes down, or the Griffin, or whatever.
Yeah, the Griffin.
Griffin.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun times. And,
I did beat him. I
got way past that point. Yeah, that's pretty early.
Yeah, so did I. I loved carrying the Griffin head around on my horse.
But it was just one of those. It's that first mini boss battle that you kind of get into. That now it's going to be. Everyone's got to that point. So this next gen patch, people are going to be like, oh wow, you're going to see more detail, more and 60 frames. It's probably going to be so much. The experience is going to be a lot better, especially a lot of people that haven't finished it, and for people that haven't really picked it up for the younger crowd. So you love the harder games like the Soul likes. Pick up The Witcher 3. You get the RPG with a little bit of magic, and in definitely one of those games that everyone should try. And like I said, $10 right now. I think it's normally $30. So $10.
The game's like 8 years old now, and it's like it's probably been on sale for like $10.
Yeah, but no, it's
on sale right now, which is a good timing for that update to come out. So if anybody hasn't grabbed it,
pick it up now, 2-3 weeks before the game comes out. Perfect time, because I think the sale ends. I want to say a week before. I think it's like the first week of the last week of December, or no, last week of November. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think that's when it ends. So pick it up, and then download it so you have it ready for that next gen update. And
I was looking at it. It says it comes out December 14th. For every platform, even Nintendo Switch is getting some improvements, and that's the system that I picked The Witcher up on because I never played The Witcher and I didn't want to have a game that I'm never going to finish on my Xbox profile.
So you decided out of everywhere to get it on the Switch?
Yeah.
What is
Jasper? What is wrong with you?
That's such a weird decision. It's okay. I forgive you for this.
You can hide. You can hide your games that you don't want to be. Like Peppa Pig that you played.
I mean, I'm proud of that.
You could hide it. I know you are.
Yeah.
The improvements are going to make your Switch melt, right?
That's all right.
It's going to sound like a PS4.
It's gonna perform like the new Pokemon game does.
They're also adding Netflix content. I don't know if I said that, but they're adding Netflix content to the update.
Yeah, it's like
interesting,
like missions or something, or what?
I have no idea. They just said Netflix content.
Probably costumes or something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Another news. Well, I just noticed what Kate named. Put her name as on here. Oh my god. It's. I needed like lots of water because I was dying. Pong had me fucking dying earlier, and now I can't. There's no water left in any of my fucking bottles. Are all fucking empty, and I don't have anything.
Let me see if Kaylee has a drink in her fridge.
I'm okay. I'll be fine.
It'd be funny if the content is just the traveling bard that sings you.
Oh my god!
Throw a coin to the Witcher. That's
the Bard in the
new
Witcher
deal.
series is fucking awesome. By the way, all right, so Perfect Dark finally got some talk of this game. Now it came indirectly from Crystal Dynamics, actually, because of I think Embracer had a bunch of financials and stuff like that, and Crystal D is now part of the Embracer group and stuff. But part of that became
and Booty had mentioned it a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah.
So in his interview. But yeah.
So coming from this from Crystal Dynamics side was pretty interesting. Saying how well everything was going with the game. We don't expect them to obviously to say anything different than that, but it was still cool to see from their side that this is going extremely well with Perfect Dark. I don't know when to expect this game still though. Like
26, 25.
25 or 26.
Holiday 24 at the earliest, but probably leaning towards 25.
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, this is probably one that's like slipped under the radar after the initial announcement. Now, whenever I hear anybody talking about all the next generation games coming from Xbox and their whole slate, I don't really hear a lot of Perfect Dark talk. Another one I don't hear a lot about is State of Decay 3, right? I hear a lot of Avowed. I hear a lot of Fable, Starfield and stuff like that. But Perfect Dark, I think, is going to be a big surprise when it hits, because I think with Crystal Dynamics involved on this, and the initiative, no, they're no slash. They have a lot of talent still there, putting this all together. And they, I think what they built to begin with was probably the ground floor of what this will be. I think it's going to be a showpiece potentially.
Oh, it definitely will be. I mean, that's the whole thing with the initiative. Their whole thing is start a game, get it to a basic fundamental of what it wants to be. That Pablo, I forget his last name. Yeah, he's on Twitter.
Same guy that helps you with your deals, that Pablo?
No, this guy, he Pablo something. He does all the UE5 renderings that he puts on Twitter. They look fucking amazing. He helped develop this game with the lighting and the show. He was showing a lot of technical work. So there's a lot of key players in the initiative still there that are going to shape this game. And one thing that that whole narrative, the games on Xbox don't look good, are definitely going to be squashed with this. The same thing with State of Decay 3, because they got the coalition helping them with making that State of Decay 3 running on UE5, so they're going to take that up to next level, something they have never done. So a lot of quality looking games that that only, I mean, truthfully, been on the PlayStation side for the most part, and other than Gears and Halo, prior to Halo Infinite, where they were trying, that was the Xbox's like best looking games that they had, and Forza. Now these games are going to definitely take that mantle with Hellblade 2 and the Fable and Avowed. These games are definitely going to be up there, especially Perfect Dark, and they're going to be like showstoppers. People are going to be like, holy shit. All right, Xbox not fucking around. They're here to give us a great experience, great looking games, and that are not third person action adventure games that hold your hand and help you with puzzle quests when you don't need help. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
You got any thoughts on Perfect Dark, Jasper?
Just can't wait to play it. The old ones are a little rough to go back and try to play them with the rare replay and the controls. It was meant for like one joystick, so they don't hold up too great. Yeah. So it would be nice to actually get a new reboot of this game.
Yeah, I can't wait to play a new Perfect Dark game. I actually liked Zero when it came out, but it was like a 360 launch game. It had, it didn't have like 24 players online or more or something like that. Then you go back and play it, it's like so slow. It's like it's like the slowest shooter ever, actually, like going back and playing it. I'm wondering if they're gonna do multiplayer on this thing. I mean, traditionally, Perfect Dark has had that, right? So,
traditionally,
is this something you think that, I mean, Crystal Dynamics really isn't known for their multiplayer, you know?
I mean,
well,
it kind of all depends on like what they want to do with it, because like they've done it with Tomb Raider before. Like I wouldn't say multiplayer mode need to be in Tomb Raider, but they did it in that. So like
It's
if
true.
they just wanted to focus on the story, and like I would say do that, because there's a lot of other multiplayer games out there that I would probably rather play than that. But
I have this like thought of like this classic arena style GoldenEye / Perfect Dark style gameplay kind of coming back in a new way and using Perfect Dark as that tool for that. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know if it's too much to ask for. I had a lot of fun with the Perfect Dark Zero multiplayer, even though it was like didn't last that long. It was still a good thing.
Yeah. Maybe they'll borrow Naughty Dog's approach and bring out the campaign and then multiplayer later.
Like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years later.
Well, to see, like, okay, Perfect Dark is a smash hit.
Right.
Let's green light the multiplayer, and it's going to be free to play more than likely, and throw it in Game Pass, and and have your shot at it. And who knows, it could be one of those games that are going to be a fun, nostalgic type of shooter game if it follows the like you said, the GoldenEye old Perfect Dark styled shooter.
I think it's really hard to capture that nowadays. Like there's just so much like advanced like stuff in shooters now with movement and other aspects that it's kind of hard to go back. Like you have to take out so many modern features just to get it that like kind of GoldenEye feel again.
What's interesting is originally when after they revealed this game, they kind of revealed to the world that it was first person in like some interviews, right? And they got backlash on that. Then there's like rumblings that like maybe they're switching to third. Would y'all rather Perfect Dark be first or third person?
Third, or at least have the option.
Yeah, the option. I will always say option, but with the parkour movement that they're talking about and the really fast stuff, I'd rather have that third person than first person.
Maybe it's a mix. Like when you go for like a long jump, it pulls you out and stuff like that. Because that's kind of Tomb Raider. Like it's not first person, but when you do like long jumps, they kind of pull your camera out a little more and stuff.
Sure. Which I would hope they would do with those types of movements. And that's a big basis of what they said that they were going for. So I would hope that they would give us the option or do something like that, Jasper, for sure. I just think it makes too much sense. I don't know.
What's that one EA game?
Mirror's Edge.
Where you're like Mirror's Edge, yeah.
Yeah. I can't play it. I hate that.
I do too.
That's first person. So that's we kind of want to.
Dying Light is kind of like that.
There's another game like that. Ghost Runner games kind of like that. Also first person, and you're jumping around a lot.
They do a lot of the first person right now. So maybe it's a mixture.
But if it's also going to have stealth aspects to it, and you're going to be using a lot of tech, which I'm assuming a lot of gadgets, that kind of stuff, then I almost start thinking Splinter Cell, and I'm like, I want a third person.
So here's the two big comparisons, right? It's like, okay, you got Splinter Cell, which is a third person, right? Metal Gear, third person. Then you got on the other side, you got like Deus Ex, right? And then the classic games like Perfect Dark and stuff like that also. So it's like traditionally Perfect Dark was actually more of a shooter than it was actually a stealth game, in my opinion.
Stealth action,
yeah. It was a stealth in the aspects where you use a silenced pistol and you're kind of creeping around the building, but you're going around shooting people. You know what I mean? That's just kind of what you did. You had gadgets and stuff too. But in like Deus Ex and Splinter Cell, there's a lot more stealth involved there with how you approach certain things. So I think they're going more with stealth action, more action probably with what they described in their interview they had originally, right? More action based. And when they talk about fast paced movement and stuff, the thing that threw me off was like, I don't want the super fast for like GoPro camera style stuff they talked about.
Right.
That stuff in first person makes me sick, right? At times, so if they're going that fast paced route, I would almost want it third person, right? But if they're going more of like a slow approach route, I would almost be more okay with first person, And so here's the thing. I just want it to be a good. I don't really care either way.
They could do an option. Toggle third person, first person.
Call of Duty does it now, right? I mean, you got different modes on there.
I just wonder if things changed because that was original plans, right?
If it's action,
I wonder if it changed because Perfect Dark. Let's say to go back to your multiplayer question, Matt. Like Xbox is so diverse, and they have already so many multiplayer games, and we're getting more next year. Obviously, like Redfall. They don't have to do that, like what Sony has to do right now, because Sony's painted themselves in a corner with basically no multiplayer outside of third party. Xbox has so much multiplayer that they really don't have to. And the Perfect Dark reboot is one of those IPs that is set up to become like they could make that one of their third person narrative.
They could
narrative driven games.
The trailer almost that they had gave me that feeling. Yeah.
More serious, more, again, they could really go hardcore into that narrative side of things, give you that third person look, make it slow it down a little bit. Some of the tech gadgets that they're going to use would obviously be perfect for first person, like drones, that kind of stuff. That could be all that kind of stuff. Give her much more movement than you get out of Sony games. Give her much more traversal than the Sony games generally do. Yeah. But it would work out perfectly. Like Perfect Dark is that IP that could turn into that. I really think they might go that route instead, and that's why they brought on Crystal Dynamics.
Well, I was thinking maybe it's not going to be as much of a shooter. Maybe they kind of go they take inspiration from like Black Widow, and you're actually going up close person, beating them with batons or taser fists or whatever. She does stuff spinning stuff like that,
and tons of gadgets, tons of that's what I'm saying. More stuff. Maybe they originally thought of it as an action game, first person, that kind of stuff. But I think it's possible because that was so early on when they first talked about it, and so much has changed over their initiative. And now with Crystal Dynamics and their experience with Tomb Raider, it lends itself to more of a stealth / action type game in the third person with a much heavier narrative. And I think this could be one of those IPs.
Like Tomb Raider.
Yes. Exactly.
And so and that's what, Crystal Dynamics is known best recently with the amazing Tomb Raider games, right? So you got strong female character, really brought that character back to the forefront with Lara Croft, right? In a big way, reestablished it as a top tier gaming brand after the game had gotten a little stale with the older style. They had brought that back as like, whoa, what is this? This is new and it's fresh. And I don't know what direction they're going to go. I do hope it has multiplayer though. I don't know. Just the spy multiplayer stuff can be really fun, right? With the
I know, because you're thinking about spies versus mercs.
Yeah,
it's just it can take time away from it, and we've seen that this game's already got a little bit of trouble.
I know. But what if you put a different team on it? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what multiplayer. I was gonna say, if they're going to do that, Mav, after certain affinity gets done
Montreal?
with Halo Infinite, Eidos Montreal, but after certain affinity gets done with the Battle Royale for Halo, move that team to start creating a multiplayer for Perfect Dark.
I just had so much fun with those games back in the day, like multiplayer wise and the board stuff. And
but like I said, they do like a separate, like a Naughty Dog approach. Bring out the game and then multiplayer sometime later.
Yeah. But I really want this to be more Mission Impossible than anything. Like, I really do. Like, I want. I want that super spy type game that we've been craving, right? Going back to Alpha Protocol, from Obsidian, that I want that super spy, and she's set up perfectly to be that spy. So I want to be, climbing high towers and sneaking in the buildings and all that kind of stuff, and downloading data and trying not to be seen and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if we're going to get that.
Yeah,
but that's what I would want to see out of this. And again, with Crystal Dynamics there, I think it fits. I think it'd be super cool to have an in-depth narrative heavy game with, lots of story behind it. Doing all the spy stuff that comes along with that. I think it'd be so cool to have her in that role.
Because it's not.
Go ahead, Psycho.
Sorry, I was going to say there's not too many of those games on Xbox, so having one that's not having multiplayer overshadow it is.
And Xbox already has tons of multiplayer games. That's like the argument that people known for.
Yeah,
so it's like,
Xbox is known for multiplayer and co-op. So it's one of those. Like I said, it'd be great to see it. I
just miss good stealth multiplayer games. There hasn't been one.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
forever.
No,
I understand.
That's
but
why
we got
but
Splinter
but
Cell
I
coming out.
understand, you know, but will Splinter Cell reboot have multiplayer? They haven't even talked about that. It's got to have spies versus mercs, right? But
I would think they will bring that back because
that's how they're gonna make their money.
yeah, exactly. That's how
Yeah.
they're gonna do. You know, they're gonna
NFT
have the,
sell you some Splinter Cell goggles.
I don't think if they're gonna do anything, it'll be like a special outfit, gun shit, like stupid shit like that. But you know, that's Ubisoft. You know, if that's what they want to do, I mean, Sony is looking into NFTs, Ubisoft, Square Enix, it's everyone's doing it, but Microsoft. But don't count Microsoft out either. You know, because it all depends on how you utilize NFTs. NFTs are good in like used game trading and online used storefronts, and having that way you can sell your game or trade it in and do something like that. Have like because that'd be a great thing to have. You take your copy. That's how PC games, because they got away. You couldn't trade your games in it because they weren't individually marked, and NFTs individually marks that item. So if you do that with games, that's how you sell.
I don't think they're doing it with the whole game. I think they're doing it with items in the game.
No. I'm saying that's a good way of using NFTs is for used game sales and trading.
It's not NFTs, it's blockchain.
Yeah.
You're using the blockchain.
Yeah, blockchain technology.
Yeah.
One aspect too of Perfect Dark that I feel like is like something that not a lot of people have thought about really is the opportunity to right a wrong here, right? Okay, so spoiler alert, in the original Perfect Dark, something happens and to the main character, right? Obviously, and it made it to where the only way to make it another game was you had to have a prequel. So that's why we got Perfect Dark 0. So this is a Perfect Dark reboot also, right? So the reason why I'm saying that was wrong before, even though it made it good for a good story and stuff, is you take a character that people fell in love with and then automatically you can't do anything with it in the future, right? You can't build upon that, really, right? Unless you do a reboot like this. So you have a chance now, Joanna Dark, who's a great character. People still love that character. To now have somebody that can be another poster child for your brand, right? Like Lara Croft is for Tomb Raider, and you do know there's gonna be lots of new games. People always look forward to the next Lara Croft Tomb Raider game, and now you could potentially have Joanna Dark, be that, and people really fall in love with that character and really look forward to that game. Just like we all love Master Chief, we all love Marcus Phoenix, right? Joanna Dark could actually have a big part in Xbox's future with the brand and stuff going forward now, if they really do this, because you can have sequels and stuff now if you don't follow the exact same story as the first game, obviously. So I think there's something to that. Also, yeah, Hellblade, Senua has the opportunity to do that too, obviously, right? Some of the better characters too, but I think Joanna Dark has a lot of potential because there's, out of all those spy games out there, right? You got Solid Snake, you got the Siphon Filter guy, whoever that is. You got
Gabriel Logan.
Gabriel Logan. There you go. You got Sam Fisher, right? You got Joanna Dark, right? She can hold her own. You also got the Deus Ex guy with forget his name. Forgive me, Adam. Is it Adam? I think it's Adam something. So I think Joanna Dark, if they do this right, could be a big deal for Xbox. So I hope they do.
Yeah, I just looked it up too, just to kind of go back. One of the heads over at the initiative is Christian Cantamesa, and he was the lead writer for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Red Dead Redemption, Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. So they've got a
narrative
writer who knows how to do big narrative, right?
Yeah.
So, and
that's
he's
a lot
one
of
the main
world
dudes
building
over there.
type games too.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Exactly. So it kind of fits, man. We'll see. It'll be interesting if we go first person.
Oh, and those games all have like a big twist at the end too.
Yes.
Is your hand up there for a reason, baby? I see a little hand on your.
Yeah.
I just now noticed that. Oh, what's up?
So is that where Mr. Joanna Dark's name comes from?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was his name.
No.
No.
Thought he was married to Joanna Dark? That'd be awesome.
No, I didn't know who Joanna. I thought his
Oh.
name was Joanna Dark.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, Joanna Dark is the lead character in Perfect Dark.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Datadyne is like the evil corporation in there, and she's like I think, and she's like a spy that goes and anyway. Yeah. So all right, Joanna Dark is gonna be awesome. I think another big IP. But hey, moving on from that, did you guys know that Call of Duty is still gonna be on PlayStation? Because Phil Spencer made it very, very, very clear.
Is it streamed?
Is it? No, it's native.
I know.
It's
the
native.
interviewer asked him if it was going to be streamed.
Yeah. So, the interesting thing, I want to add a little something to this, right? So we had Phil come out publicly and say he's willing to do a longer deal that PlayStation will accept for Call of Duty, and he also made it clear that it's going to be on PlayStation and the PlayStation after that, or the Call of Duty after that, the Call of Duty after that, the Call of Duty after that, as long as it makes sense to bring Call of Duty to PlayStation. It means as long as
he's lying.
PlayStation's a big brand, they're going to keep bringing it.
Only if Sony takes Game Pass onto PlayStation.
It's not clear enough. I don't understand that they're taking away Call of Duty.
It's not clear enough still. Some it's not. Some thinks he's lying to the public here. The interesting thing with this also, like, this was just a couple days after this interview was public and after he put that out there. The EU now has extended their deadline by 10 days, right? And I find that interesting because of the Italian interview that we had that came out with the EU regulator spokesperson that explained how the things work with the deadline, right?
I think China blocked it today or something, didn't they?
No, Microsoft tried to do a quick approval through China. They did like the short form approval, and China said, "Yeah, no, we're going to look at this."
Okay.
As Jez pointed out on the Xbox 2, who cares about China?
Yeah, no,
they don't even have business with Blizzard now because of that whole mess. So if it doesn't show up in China, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of their own little world over there. So.
Yeah, right.
With the EU and that Italian interview that had been posted with the EU regulator there, she had kind of explained how some of the processes work with the EU, and if deadlines get moved back, it's usually because of some kind of thing. They requested something and they haven't received it by the time that they requested it, or there was something presented to them that they have to something brand new brought to the table that they have to look at and discuss. But their job pretty much within this is to discover problems and then present the problems and let the other parties, the businesses that are trying to do this deal, come up with a solution, and then they can review that, right? Sometimes there may be talk back and forth at that, and at that time they put the timer on pause, right? It's not necessarily that they're like, okay, we have to take a look at this, or like we didn't get what we were asking for, or you sent us something that we don't know what it means, so we have to go and look at this or whatever. So that puts the timer on pause, right? And I saw a lot of people talking today like, well, the EU's extending this 10 days. It's like, it means it's bad news or whatever. I actually think to the contrary with what Phil just recently said. This is fun speculation. This is all just speculation here, right? But maybe there's something they presented to them now that they have to take a few days to look at. That extends the deadline. Doesn't mean they're necessarily going to take that much longer to look at things. It just means that things were put on pause right now. So things within them have been put on pause for them to have 10 extra days to look at something right now. So there is something going on right now within that is causing that pause. So what is that? That's what I'm curious about. Because if what we take from that EU spokesperson that clarified those things is accurate, which I have no reason to believe it's not, there's some kind of discussion going on right now. And I think that could be potentially some kind of deal between Xbox and PlayStation talking about maybe Phil and Jim got together, or Phil after he came out clear as day, because he was on a message with that on that show and on that podcast also. He was like been a different Phil than we've seen anywhere else before. I mean, he's done other podcasts and he's done other things. He was a different personality here. It was like he had a clear message to send in this instant, right? So what if something had already been discussed, either that or he was in the process of they were presenting something to PlayStation, like he said they would be willing to do a deal that PlayStation would accept. Maybe that's been presented potentially to the EU, and this 10 extra days means pause. We got to take a look at this. That was their challenge. That was their biggest question they proposed.
You know what's so messed up, Matt? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what's so messed up? And I've been thinking about this all day because we had this discussion last night, right? It is almost like the EU and the CMA are Sony's agents at a negotiating table.
It is.
It's like they are negotiating for Sony right
played
now.
it that way, right?
Right. It's so ridiculous.
They knew they could take advantage of the situation with that because they knew that this was going to go to phase 2 and they had to present a reason why, right? So they took advantage of the situation that they were going to use the public perception and all these different things as a tool to make sure that they just got some kind of guarantee with this or best deal possible for PlayStation, which again, we said numerous times, Pong, that it makes sense if you're PlayStation, look out for your bottom line. So they played good on that. The argument I've always made as well is Xbox was smart for making that the last little chip on the table, that it's the easy thing to handle. They always knew this was going to go to phase 2. And if Call of Duty was the only thing like holding it up, it's like, oh, checkmate right there. You could just easily do some kind of deal. And I think that's obviously where we're at right now, is some kind of conversation between PlayStation, Microsoft, the EU, the CMA, and all that, trying to work out exactly how this contract of Call of Duty or whatever they're going to do in agreements with Xbox is going to play out. And the reason I think there's something to that is because what did we find out from Phil and from Jim? That there was something sent to PlayStation originally the day after the deal closed, or not closed, but the day after the deal was announced, offering them a certain amount of years for Call of Duty. Right? So what's to think that that's not again in the cards when Phil also just the other day said specifically that he's willing to do another deal with PlayStation if they're willing to accept one, right? So I think that's where we're at right now, honestly, and I think that's where I think this is going to happen.
If we just got Activision's like sales numbers and stuff for like their whole company, and we saw where Call of Duty made $1 billion in like 5 days, where the hell it was. So I'm wondering if like maybe they're just like the CMAs and EUs finally saw like Activision's latest earning calls and they're like, well, we need to take into account how this would affect Sony now. So maybe that's why the deadline is. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that just came out like last week too. So like,
yeah, I think they could be stalling for more time to get more information and gather more information, or they are getting or have requested additional information that they got to give other parties more time to provide. Right. So
that would be the other thing.
Yeah, that would be the other thing there. Yeah, for
sure. They can't just like extend the timer willy-nilly. You know what I mean? It's like got to be for a reason of like.
Yeah, I'm just saying that like this earnings call would have been new information that they could have like maybe needed to look at.
Yeah, but that's would have been expected information. I feel like, you know what I mean? Because like, when those things are like supposed to happen and stuff, and like I feel like numbers wise about how much profit these companies are making, it doesn't necessarily like 100% affect the end result of the future problems that they are looking at that could be presented here. I think it's more in the line of something with Pong has said something like requesting information that they haven't received. That's one of the what I'm basing this on is the examples that the lady gave in the interview, right? Because she was a spokeswoman for, and that was all very interesting to me. I was like listening to, okay, so what can cause these things to get like extended? And she explained all the different scenarios. There's numerous ones, and people were right to think this thing is going to get extended and extended, but that doesn't mean that it's extended because it's actually going to necessarily last that long. It just means that what she said is they put pause on the timer, right? So, but the scenario she gave was that they requested stuff that has not been responded to, or that they have presented a problem they haven't received a solution back on, or they have received something that they don't understand, right? That they have to take a look at, or potentially something brought to the table that they have to process.
I mean, this whole
right?
freaking case is something they don't understand. So
yeah, but that's been the case. That's been the case for so that's on them to figure that out, right? Like I feel like they've obviously, if they're just doing their job, they would have had everything presented already from that perspective, right? And then anything new brought to the table would be what potentially causes something.
Yeah.
Right. So, for me, like, financials aren't like new things. It's just like always going to happen. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, like,
3
maybe
more months, we're going to get another one. You know what I mean? So, will they pause again because they got new financials the next quarter? Because the deal could potentially not be done yet at that point, right? So, it could be, though, Jasper. That could be it. I mean, we did just get that. Did get those?
Because I mean, they were saying like Call of Duty's like it sold like unexpectedly well or whatever. So maybe the Sony's like, see, it's doing better than they even thought. How can we compete now? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Phil's attitude the other day, like the way he came across, is different, right? They've been projecting the same energy this entire time, right? Until that one interview with The Verge. It was extremely different, and then right after that, the EU has a 10-day extension because obviously they need to put pause on something, and he also publicly mentioned PlayStation. Phil's not the one to do that too much, right? I mean, he did acknowledge once that he said they offered them a certain amount of time, but coming out and saying we're willing to do a deal that PlayStation will accept. I mean, they're calling them out publicly, like on a podcast, pretty much with this.
I just don't know if
they must have presented
that's enough
something.
time frame though. Like from the interview to the next day when it's the time extension, like I just don't know if the government's moved that fast. Be like, oh yeah, we saw that yesterday. Like, let's put a delay on it now. It's like it would take like a fucking week for the government to even notice anything. So it's like I don't know.
Well, I don't know how engaged do you think these are daily with this thing. I would imagine pretty heavily because this is a big deal. Like, I mean, I would assume this EU team has people that are concentrating on this like daily right now, probably, and same thing.
They have to with the amount of paperwork.
Yeah, and if you submit like, okay, so hey, literally, imagine this imaginary world right here that I'm living in Speculation Town. Phil and Microsoft present, as well as PlayStation, present a
I guess they could have presented that. Phil could have presented that argument to them privately, like a few days before the interview. So I guess that could have worked.
Right. So they send them a document. Like, that's just like, this is a, what do you call like a hand, stronger than a handshake type piece of paper? You know what I mean? A
letter?
No. There's a,
no. It's a letter of intent.
It's letter of intent. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. Thank you. So what if they send like a letter of intent signed by like Xbox and PlayStation, and PlayStation said they approve of this, and they send it in. Okay, this is what our plan is. Please look this over, and send it to them. And it's like, okay, we're going to give Call of Duty PlayStation for the next like 6-7 years or whatever bullshit thing they come up with, right? At that point, the EU would have to take that into account because that's their problem, right? That was their problem. So now they have to go back and look at this, right? And if PlayStation no longer has a problem with it, can they have a problem with it? So potentially, even if it says, my point is, because it says there's a deadline extension doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it just could be something presented or some kind of thing mixed in with the deal.
Yeah, or they're behind on the paperwork. They're behind on the research. They're behind on going through all of it. They looked at the workload. They just said, we're just not going to get this done. Like, we're not going to be able to finish it.
They just need to go and watch the Xbox documentary to learn about Xbox. And they need to go. I don't know. They got to learn what video games are first.
Maybe Xbox shipped them all Series X's and they want to take extra time to play with them and see if they like those more than PlayStation. And they can make a better decision.
Or a secondary speculation thing. What if like Xbox lawyers went to the EU and said, hey, your guy that posted there on Twitter, the last week, we got a problem with that. What are you going to do about it? So I don't know. Who knows exactly? Psycho, do you think that, Phil seemed pretty confident. Honestly, people say he seemed angry. I say he seemed annoyed and also like ready to get this done. You know,
He's been asked that question 100 times.
Yeah, he's definitely like it. I wouldn't say fed up, but he's just sick and tired of hearing all the fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Being asked the same fucking question, and it's like, what is what are you gonna do for Sony? What are you gonna do for Sony? And he's like, listen, we've said it before. Our stance hasn't changed, but yet you guys are still out here talking, making all these notions that we're somehow taking it away. We've said that we're gonna keep Call of Duty on PlayStation to 2027. We don't know what the future holds. You can't give a forever guarantee on something that might not be there 5 years from now. Because who knows? The franchise could just die off at that point. We don't know what the future holds. So you can't give a forever guarantee on the game. And he did seem I wouldn't say angry, but he's just at his point of we've said this numerous times. How many more conversations do all of us need to have that I'm literally being redundant and keep on saying the same shit over and over, and he's definitely getting over.
Psycho, don't you think it's almost personal at this point to Phil? Like nobody believes him, and because Phil, we don't know Phil. I mean, Phil could be a mass murderer. He could have bodies in his backyard. We don't know, right? We don't know that, right?
Exactly.
But just front facing what we see and what we've seen from him, I think almost it's an affront at this point to Phil that when he comes out and says stuff that he's questioning. Like I said last night on PM and the PM, I don't even think it's the community per se, even though Phil is active and he sees a lot of the stuff that other CEOs don't see. I think that even behind closed doors with the CMA and the EU, he's hearing the same lines of question. Yeah, but Phil, we know you said that, but
exactly.
We don't believe that you're gonna uphold what you're saying, and I think that Phil's kind of just tired of that personally because he's like, no, I'm me. I'm telling you guys, this is my word. I'm telling you, this is what we're going to do.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, and the media. It's just not. It's the media too that's coming
the media
out.
too. Right.
And the interviewer asked me, "You mean a native or streamed?"
Yeah, and he's like native on hardware. Like,
and he even said we can give them the streaming version if they want it. He even threw that out there too.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's if you're talking to somebody and and you told them, if you take your car to mechanic, hey, I'm gonna get it done by Friday, and you Tuesday you call, is it done yet? No, Friday I'll have it done, and you keep on saying, oh well, calling, and you don't believe him. It's like it's the same thing. You get to a point where people don't take your word. It's like, what the fuck have I done for you to say that I've
VR
lied?
Psycho? He promised VR Psycho. He promised.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that was one thing that with VR, it's a niche.
Yes, I know. I'm messing with
and that's
you.
why
Yes.
the perfect storm is that they allow like the VR, like the what is it, the HTC Vive and Oculus and
we don't have to get into that. I was just throwing
all those. You put. That's the thing. It's like they're waiting, and right now Phil is fucking to the point where he's just gonna be like, I'm not fucking gonna do these goddamn talk shows with these motherfuckers if this is all I'm getting, this being regurgitating what I've already been saying. It's like it's fucking you can tell he's getting a little sick and tired of being
he's frustrated,
and
he's
you hear it
upset.
in his voice.
Yes.
And and you see in his posturing, and especially when he's just like native mother, like I'm waiting for the native motherfucker. I said it's native. I'm not,
He'll just go straight pirate on everybody all of a sudden out of the blue, even though he hates swearing. That'd be crazy. No, I think so. And I think Psycho too, to add to your point, is that's the reason why I think Phil made public the deal that he presented Jim and the PlayStation, was to say, we're trying to do this in good faith. We're not BSing you guys. We are putting it down to paper. I sent a letter of intent. Now, obviously, Jim thought it was some kind of offensive letter of intent offering 3 years extended deal, but Phil's still dealing with the business world. That's why he says a forever in a contract is silly. It's nonsense. Of course it is. Because like you said, Psycho, that there is no knowing 5 years from now what Call of Duty is going to look like, or what the market's going to look like, or what PlayStation's going to look like at that point. PlayStation could be under Amazon in 5 years, or Apple, and all of a sudden it's a whole new ball game when you're trying to write contracts out. So, but Phil put that out in the public sphere to say, I'm not just saying this. We are putting it to paper as well. And that was rejected, but you guys are still questioning our motives behind the scene. But you're questioning it as if I'm supposed to write forever on that piece of paper. And this is not going to happen in the real world for any business. And so this is stupid at this point. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Jim wants. And that's what any business move, you never do a forever contract, regardless. Any business, anything. No one does that. And I guaranteed Phil and Microsoft will fight if the CMA, EU, FTC, or what is it, the FDA by some idiot, he will fight if they put a concession that it's going to be on PlayStation forever. They're going to fight that because you can't do that to Microsoft that paid $70 billion to tell them that they need to put their product that they just acquired onto another forever. Right. There's no business sense to do that. And it's not right. And it definitely shows heavy favoritism. If
my PlayStation.
Exactly. You'll start seeing that. And Microsoft will fight for that. They will not bow down and be like, no, we will not do forever. We'll do a 3-year extension, and then we'll revisit a contract and go group by group, chunk by chunk, 4 years.
Because the value too, Psycho, on those contracts changes. Like I said on PM and PM, the longer the contract goes, you're forecasting what Call of Duty is going to be. And like you're forecasting beyond 3 years of what Call of Duty is going to look like and how much in sales, because that all goes into the contracts. So that makes the deal so much more complicated now when you get beyond that point, asking both sides, not just Xbox's side, but Sony's side to determine a value and how much they're willing to pay for that extension. That is extremely complicated. That's why I can't believe they're even going for more than this. Because I mean, again, what kind of value can you put on Call of Duty in 6 years? We don't know what the version of Call of Duty is going to look like in 6 years. We don't know what that's going to be. We have no idea. That's what's crazy to me here as well. It's insane.
Yeah.
It really is. Maybe Phil should just throw in like a lifetime of Game Pass Ultimate for Jim. Maybe that'll put it over the top.
Yeah, there you go. He'll be happy. Jim doesn't play games though, so I don't know what he'd do with it.
Well, you can give it to his grandkids.
Maybe he needs to give him friends and family plan, so that way he can
lifetime friends and family for Jim and Herman, so they can all get on together. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Got anything to add to that, Fuzz?
No, he's definitely frustrated because of the repeat questions and that this is dragging on as long as it has. And I'm pretty sure there's, as much as we've seen from the documents, leaked from Brazil and other, complaints from Sony and such that have come out, I'm pretty sure there's even more behind the scenes to the point where it's like, are you guys seriously asking about this when all along, all these years, all the stuff that Sony's been doing, the same stuff that you're worried that we might do, they've been doing, and it's like nobody seems to care about that. They're just worried about Call of Duty right now. So yeah, I think they get the deal done. I think what was the it was insufficient or
inadequate or whatever.
Inadequate, yeah.
On multiple
I think,
levels.
Yeah, I think that they'll go ahead and come to a happy medium somewhere between 3 and 6 years, and we'll see what
somewhere between
is...
3 and forever, Fuzzy. Ooh, that's a big.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think they'll even have to do forever. I think it's just between 3 and 6. Like it'll either be 4 or 5 years. And
what if Phil like submits? All right, I'll give you 3.5. Play hardball.
3.5, and you guys can still have boosters, for those years.
What if he just guaranteed this console generation? Like, is that fine with everybody? It's like,
well, that's what this extra 3 years is for.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's so weird to me that this thing has dragged on for so long. But yeah, I think it's to the point where if they ever did try to push or strong arm them into trying to do a forever or perpetuity type of deal, I think basically the UK or the EU misses out on Call of Duty for the next however many years, because they'll be like, oh, well, we're not going to allow this merger. Well, we're still going to do the merger because we're in the US, and screw you guys. And guess what? You just won't get copies of the game. You'll have to have us go through a third party, and then you'll buy it through the third party, which will more than likely be marked up beyond the $70 price point.
In a realistic world, right? Like the Call of Duty is going to be on PlayStation for a long time, right? Yeah. And so hypothetically, I'm just saying, what if they just fucking just said, screw it, we'll just sign some bullshit thing that says in perpetuity or forever or whatever, knowing that like 15 years from now, if there's like hardly a PlayStation to bring it to or whatever, it's like, what are you gonna fucking do about it? If I, sue us, and then we'll fucking like fight it out then. Just push the problem down the road. I don't know. I'm just saying at this point, just fucking get it over with. Do whatever you got to do. Like offer like
or change the name.
Yeah,
change the name of Call of Duty. But like well, it seems like we did another Vanguard. We did Vanguard 2, and nobody bought it, or hardly anybody bought it. So we're discontinuing the series. Yeah, Call of Honor.
Call of Honor. Let's go.
We see that our most popular title is Modern Warfare, so we're just going to change the entire franchise to Modern Warfare.
Right.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I think that's the other part of the problem, though, too, is that, like Strauss said, like Microsoft hasn't come out and specifically said that Sony's the only one, but Strauss at 2K, and he knows everybody in the industry. They talk. Strauss has come out multiple times now and said there's only one party here who has a problem with this deal.
Yeah.
And that's got to be even if you knew that was going to be the case going in, that's got to be ultra frustrating at this point that the regulatory bodies have requested input from all of these other publishers, all these other pieces of the industry, and all these people are saying, no, it's going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. And it's only one, and they're taking that one and making it like the most important and saying, oh, we got to really delve into this. We got to do this. Like,
well, that's also the only other one that makes a console too, really. So
right. But they probably asked Nintendo, and Nintendo said, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They haven't had Call of Duty in all this time.
Nintendo
but that's what
will
I'm
actually
saying.
benefit because they're talking about bringing COD to Nintendo.
Right.
So Nintendo
right,
was like,
exactly.
yeah, this is good for us, right?
Yeah, but they're asking all these other people, and people have tried to say maybe Google turned on them. I don't think Google did turn on them. I don't think Google has a problem with this. Google's gearing up to fight the battle in the mobile space. They're not gonna fight this one right here. There's no sense in it. So, and again, Strauss knows everybody in the industry, and he said there's only one party. So again, when it comes down to it, the fact is you asked all these other people, 9 out of 10 said we don't have a problem with it, but one raised their hand and said, but my Call of Duty, and all of a sudden you guys are causing this big thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which they were going to take whatever they could get for the phase 2 anyway, right? So that's where all those expectations of June, the June 2023 came from. The end of fiscal year 2023 or whatever all came from originally, was because of the expectation they were going to go to that. Now PlayStation's just their excuse, right? I think in a more sensical like world, this would be, they laugh at that. You know what I mean? but it's like they're gonna do this just because it's such a big deal, regardless. But we'll see. I think Xbox is. I think Phil's ready to get this over with. You know, definitely. I think that's why he publicly did that. So we'll see. We'll see. It's interesting.
He wants to get the StarCraft going, so that's what he wants.
Yeah, he's thinking about what he can do with those teams.
Yes.
Like, stop bitching about something that doesn't matter. It's gonna be not a problem.
I'm gonna give it to you.
How do I got?
We're gonna share our toy.
Stop. It's like, but what if?
But
what
not
if?
good enough.
But what if? It's like, shut the fuck up. It's gonna happen. You're gonna be okay.
I'm sharing my damn toys.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. It's. What do you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth every time I speak? It's gonna be there. Don't worry. Calm down. It's done. It's gonna get done. All right. Battlefield.
Well, I asked PlayStation's parents, and they said that you won't let him in the sandbox. So
yeah. Oh man.
Oh my god. This one part of the sandbox. That's it. Just one part. They're the whole damn sandbox, but they're only concerned about the one damn part. And Phil's like, no, he can play here with me. We'll build a sandcastle together. But I want to go over here and play with all this stuff too. Leave me alone.
But that sandcastle used to have exclusive toys that were only part of my sandcastle. I had exclusive turrets on my sandcastle.
He's got the scooper.
Yeah.
He's got the scooper.
I had the Tonka scooper all to myself, and now he's telling me I got to share it.
On my side of the sandbox, there's a turd.
A cat.
Who let Amber in here?
I'm stuck with the turd in my side of the sandbox.
Oh shit.
Anyway, I hope when the deal done, they replace the fucking sandcastle with a turd.
Yeah, Jason, we brought up that point too. Jason Max said if Sony can't keep Call of Duty off Game Pass, they will want it in PlayStation Plus. Sony not going to be happy with the Call of Duty price advantage on Xbox. Yeah, we've talked about that. I brought that up specifically that could be the one sticking point that Jim's really talking about when he talks about being inadequate on many levels. That is the one sticking point, but how can you tell somebody like
they have a service that they can put their own exclusive games on too? They just choose not to.
Right. But like I said, at the end of the day, do I think if that's like the ultimate sticking point and it's at the negotiating table and that's what they're talking about, and that's got to be in the contract extension, that if they put it in Game Pass, that they got to offer it to Sony for I think they just do it anyways because they're going to make money off Sony. Sony's going to have to pay them for it. They're not just going to give it to them for free.
And they'll make money on all the fucking transactions on PlayStation.
Exactly.
Anyway. And nobody subscribes to their fucking shitty PS Plus Extra anyway. So maybe that'll get people too. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like it really is like, okay, it's not going to cost them that much sales. Unless it grows that service. And in that case, you're getting that many more people to play it. And you're getting fucking money anyway, right? So at that point, I don't know if that's what he meant by we'll even offer this streaming potential win or whatever. Like, who knows exactly? But yeah, I just think they want to get it done. It's such a small part of what they're trying to accomplish. Like with this whole deal, it's like
it's such a small part.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Call of Duty, everybody's gonna be playing that instead of Battlefield 4. 2042, not 4. Battlefield 2042 is hitting Game Pass later this month. When is that? The 22nd, 23rd, something like that?
Yeah, 22nd, I think, is Season 3 starts.
Yep, 22nd.
So, too little, too late, probably for them. I think they're going to get a surge, a little bit. Yeah. Maybe over time, it'll help more than anything else. But, right after Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 launches, and right after Warzone 2.0 launches, Halo Infinite's getting better, more content out there and stuff. So you also have Overwatch 2 just launched as well. So Pong and I were screaming for them to do this with Season 2, right?
Season 1
or before.
Yeah, like 3 months after the game launched, they should have when it hit the fan and after they got it polished up a little bit with the bugs fixed. I think they should have done it. And however, Season 3 does look pretty damn cool and some badass stuff there. And it is hitting Game Pass Ultimate, and I think it's gonna surprise some people that do try it that have not played it because of all the backlash. I know I'm gonna give it a go when the season 3 launches. We'll at least play it for a few days and give it and try it out, you know, just like we did with season 2, and we'll probably keep that energy going. And maybe I was watching that trailer, it had my juices flowing. I was itching to hop back in, dude. So I don't know if anybody else here had that feeling. Fuzzy, you're not really big into Battlefield, are you?
No, it kind of lost me from the earlier days just because of the lack of cover from moving from point to point type of thing. I went back
they're
to
redoing
playing
a couple of the
Insurgency.
maps too, though, because of that. But you're talking about Insurgency now. That's another game that's getting added to Game Pass. That's one you love.
But it's going to get buried at this point. As much as I love that game, and they've improved it, they've did some bug fixes, they've added a few modes, they've added some more content, they finally added more gunner class weapons, and they're putting it in Game Pass. All of that is awesome, but there's a juggernaut out there that's killing it. Yeah, just
that games was never going to compete with Call of Duty or Battlefield. It's just like that's not a
well, true, but it's like this would have been the perfect time to kind of introduce people to it. But it's like if they had did this like maybe a month or two ago, it at least would have probably put that taste out there for like your slower pace, co-op type of game where Call of Duty doesn't really have that just yet, and Battlefield doesn't really have that in there as a mode either. So it would have been nice, but
yeah, I'm just like coming from like those kind of games like on PC, even like how well they do it just has that niche community, and it's like those kind of people that play that game, like that's kind of the only games they play. They may like hop into Call of Duty when it comes out, but they always go back to that game. Like that game, those kind of games never like get the mind like everyone, all the casuals jumping in. It's like it's very rare for those games to do that. And
true, but I think even with Modern Warfare having that third person mode, I think that's another thing that kind of really puts the nail in it. It's like you're now appealing to a much wider base with that third person mode, and I almost wish Insurgency had that for the co-op at least as an option. I mean, you can't do that on PvP because peeking around corners type of thing, but man, Battlefield, if only they didn't quite give up on it as early on, or put that out there in the socials as far as saying that they're moving on to the next game kind of thing. I think that would have probably had a lot more legs. And I think Pong and you have called it earlier. They should have put that in Game Pass like shortly after there was a problem and things were looking a little sour. That's when they should have said, all right, within 6 months we're going to put it on EA Play or something like that, and see if we can't keep the player base up to certain numbers and stuff like that. But yeah, it tough fight for both games against Call of Duty and Modern Warfare. But
I think it was a couple weeks ago, Battlefield 1 had like 50,000 players on it, like and Battlefield 2042 had like 1,000 or some shit. It's like, okay,
wow,
yeah,
it sucks. You would think by this point, just EA, what are you guys doing? Seriously, I don't know. It's a shame.
Like even just make that game free to play. Like take that whole price tag off of it. Just like make money off your in-game store.
yeah, that would have made sense, but a little late on that one now. Everybody's money's going to Warzone
and Call of Duty's going to try to take Rocket League spots because they're. I don't know if y'all saw, but I think it was Tom Warren from Insider Gaming or whatever his new thing is. He's like, Call of Duty's introducing a Rocket League mode called Codball later this year or something like that.
What?
Codball?
Yeah, they're coming in with Codball. It's a Rocket League style game. Yep, they are doing it. So.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I also want more people to try Insurgency. I haven't played a lot of it, but it is a good game, I think. So that one too. Y'all think we're gonna get one more surprise this year in Game Pass, like in December or something, like unexpected?
I think High on Life is that what they're banking on for December,
right?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think they're done.
What about did Valhalla already get added, or there was some rumors about that one? But that's kind of an old game.
It's an old game. I mean, it could certainly get it. Ubisoft has been adding so many games.
Yeah,
it's certainly possible. I wouldn't count that necessarily as a
Yeah, it
at
wouldn't be a
this
surprise.
point. Like
that would be expected.
What happened to Ubisoft Plus?
I'm more surprised. I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that, Fuzzy. I'm more surprised that we haven't heard about that. I don't know what's going on with
I
that.
think they didn't have a game to launch with it.
Yeah.
Or they went back on their thing and like maybe changing some timetables to, I don't know. Just
Or
not ready.
PlayStation did something
don't
like
think it's
an
much-
exclusive deal.
I
No,
don't think
I
it's
don't think so.
no, because
PlayStation as much.
Xbox is still getting games
Yeah.
from Ubisoft, and PlayStation is getting like the same
And-
games minus a
Yeah.
couple.
Well,
so-
I mean, like the like timed like having Ubisoft Plus on their console as a timed exclusive.
no,
I don't think so.
Ubisoft ain't gonna make that deal.
The only thing different with the PlayStation thing is how they branded like the Ubisoft Classics thing. Almost made it like a separate category within there. But like with Game Pass, they're just there. It's the same. You have a lot of the same games. PlayStation has some of them. Xbox has the other ones. You know what I mean? PlayStation just kind of segmented it as a selling point of PlayStation Plus Extra, where it's Game Pass is like it's just they're there as part of Game Pass. You know, I feel like the branding there has been pushed from PlayStation because they needed to find ways to add value to their service, which is very lacking with Extra. But overall, Xbox has more new games in there from Ubisoft than PlayStation does, right? Newer games. And I feel like the reason we haven't gotten the Ubisoft Plus thing yet is purely because all their games got delayed out of this year. And when they launch that on consoles, I think they want to have the excitement of people knowing they're going to save money on the game, right? So it's going to drive the subs to it, right? And so I think they're just holding off for the marketing aspect of it. Once Skull and Bones was delayed, and we haven't heard about anything else really coming out soon. I think was the writing on the wall for Ubisoft Plus.
I was going to say maybe they just don't see it as worth it because they will know they have to be competing with Game Pass if it's not put in with that. So like maybe it's just them. It's like we can get Xbox to hand us $700 million for every title we put out.
Yeah, but they already
like,
publicly announced it, so they'd like look bad on them if they just went back.
They could just always go back on it.
Yeah, they could. But why?
What the fuck do they care?
Why publicly announce it if you weren't there yet? You know, if it wasn't like a final decision that you were doing it. Because like they said later this year. I think internally is just delayed because just like their games, like they're pushed back. But we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, Skull and Bones right now is going through its, I guess its final beta, and it's not going well.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't have an NDA, but I'll just put it to you this way: there's some changes that since the last time they've talked about it, and they screwed some stuff up. So
let's put it back in the oven for another 8 years.
Wow,
something. But then there's also, if I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn Tencent was the 49% investor, or was it from Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, but
it was Tencent.
That wasn't to Ubisoft directly. That was to the Guillermo Bros family who owns a certain percentage of Ubisoft, right? So, they gave 49% to the Guillermo of their stake, right? Which helped strengthen the Guillermo Bros stake on Ubisoft as a whole, but the Tencent gets no like voting shares or anything like that. It's like a pure like investment type deal. So
just pure cash, or not cash, but
injection of capital into the Guillermo Bros, pretty much family. Okay. So basically, the Guillermo Bros has a new Chinese brother. Pretty much, right? Except they don't have any say, supposedly. They don't have any voting rights or anything like that. Now, I will say a large amount of investment holds some weight, regardless if you actually get a vote at the table 100%. You know what I mean? There can obviously be interest involved that people have to take into account all of a sudden, you know, but overall, I think they only have this, like, even though they're majority share of Ubisoft as a whole, like, it's still like less than like 20% or something like that as a whole, the Guillermo Bros. So yeah, it's like lots of different investors in there and stuff, but that secured them as being the majority shareholder is what happened there. So interesting stuff there with Ubisoft. don't think Tencent has any thing to do with that not happening either. Again, I think they don't have a game to launch it with, and we won't get that service until we get their games. And this was probably Ubisoft's worst year in like a long time. What did we get? What was the biggest thing we got?
We
this year
had
from Ubisoft?
Rainbow Six Extraction early this year. We had Riders Republic kind of summer, I believe.
Rayman,
Creed.
Mario Rayman Sparks of Hope. That's a good
that
one.
just came out. Probably some Assassin's Creed DLC bullshit.
But there wasn't that big holiday game. They usually have
Yeah.
one. You know what I mean? They usually have Assassin's Creed or something. I feel like they were kind of missing that this year. Skull and Bones was supposed to be that for them. I don't remember wasn't there another game that's supposed to be this year that they pushed back? Is Avatar supposed to be 2022 originally?
I think it was, but then the movie got pushed back, so I think the game got pushed
Right.
back as well or something.
So yeah, who knows?
But the movie comes out this December though.
Oh,
Yeah,
December 13th is when Avatar: The Way of Water comes out.
yeah. So I'm curious what's going to happen with Skull and Bones, man. It's interesting because it's like they never knew what to do with that game. But the writing was on the wall of the obvious solution: make a pirate Assassin's Creed franchise, right? Like spin off what they did with Black Flag, make sequels to that, call it its own thing. Black Flag. I don't even know why they could have just called it Black Flag and just done a spin off.
And just give us ship-to-ship fighting.
Yeah.
Let me board a ship and fight. Oh my god!
But I'm wondering what happened with that game that it caused them at the last minute. Now, we were all concerned when we saw that Ubi's Forward, knowing that this was their big holiday game, and all they showed was cannon swapping on the ships. It was like, okay, they're not obviously ready because this was their big moment. Really, I mean, they did have another presentation before that, like a couple weeks before that or so, that had like Skull and Bones game stuff shown. But at the most prominent show they had this year, to only have what they showed was pretty alarming. And then they talked about insiders are going to get they showed more Skull and Bones insiders than they did gameplay of Skull and Bones during that presentation. And apparently I guess those insiders aren't really happy with what they're seeing. So we'll see what happens with that. But high hopes. No, not really. I don't have high hopes.
It's not going well.
Is it going better than X Defiant?
what game?
What game? Exactly. We haven't heard of
Tom Clancy's X Defiant that they dropped the Tom Clancy name on.
Yeah. Remember we raised a bunch of concerns over Ubisoft like a year and a half ago or so with the direction that they were headed with all their announcements and stuff. And some people were like, "Hey, why are you trashing on Ubisoft for? Like, what do you mean? Like, they're doing great. Valhalla just launched and all these other things." I feel like
I've hated the direction they've been going for the past 10 years.
Yeah. But I feel like we're living in the world of the consequences of the directions that they were heading in now, Pong. Don't you? In a way. Like, I don't know. Lots of different investments and random shit that they don't know what they're doing and stuff.
Yeah, but I think there's lights turning on, just like EA.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not ready to say Ubisoft has got it figured out, because or EA. I don't believe either one of them hasn't completely figured out, but I think both of them have realized some things. I think EA is ahead of the curve a little bit because Zampella showed them early on.
Yeah.
Some of their wrong opinions about gaming and about what gamers wanted. Whereas I think it's Ubisoft has taken longer to get to that point. But what gives me hope, or at least a little bit of confidence here, and it's obviously not Skull and Bones.
The Assassin's Creed
but
stuff.
the Assassin's Creed stuff definitely gives me hope that they can still go do the things that they want to do. These monetized to hell games, these games as a service, all this kind of stuff. They continue to try that, but they're also going to take into account going forward the core gamer. With the Splinter Cell, reboot, remake, and everything that's been said so far about that, again, it's wait and see. We'll see. But if they follow what they've said so far about that, they figured that out. They're bringing back the classic style Splinter Cell, just updating it for now current consoles, getting it up to par with everything. and the mechanics and all that kind of stuff, but they're going to give us that core Splinter Cell experience we
They
want.
cancel the Ghost Recon shit.
Cancel the Ghost Recon shit. Again, Assassin's Creed, they are making the single player, smaller experience, going back to the old school Assassin's Creed style, and then also have plans to continue on with the big open world RPGs, hundreds of hours type Assassin's Creed as well. They're getting the games as a service, multiplayer type of Assassin's Creed. They've kind of figured it out, that they can do all of the stuff that they want. They need to do all of that stuff. Otherwise, they're going to lose a big portion of their audience. That kind of made them who they are. And I think that's what EA's figured out as well. You can't lose that core audience. Sure, the core audience may be smaller than what you're going for, but at the end of the day, if you lose your core audience, you really don't have anything. You see stuff falling apart. That's what happened with both those companies. So I think definitely Ubisoft, there are some lights turning on in that dark house finally. And I think that we can look optimistically at Ubisoft and some of the decisions they're currently making and say, even if they screw up everything like Skull and Bones or the games as a service style Assassin's Creed, that we're still going to get some of those experiences we've been asking for out of them, which I'm okay with. If you're going to try all this stuff and do all this stuff and you say, we got to go here because we got to make more money, we got to have these streams of income coming in from all these different types of games, that's fine. As long as you give me the core experience at the end of the day, as long as I've got something to look forward to, go do that stuff. Go do that crazy stuff. I can look at that and say it's not for me, but I still know I'm getting my core Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, etc. Type game. And so I think that there is some hope here. Some hope. But we'll wait and see.
Yeah. Right on, man. All right, everybody. Well, I think we will get everybody out of here. Again, thanks to all the people in the chat. You all rock as well, as you do every week. We're hanging out. Lots of awesome people in the chat tonight. Y'all kept it going for 2 hours and 21 minutes now. So thank you all for being here. And I want to say thanks to the sponsor again. And remember, guys, get 20% off and free shipping with the code FUNSPECULATION at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code FUNSPECULATION. Manscaped.
Clean your messy hair up. For God's sakes, Jesus.
Get your jingle balls ready for the holidays. All right. Guys, it's been real. Pong Soul, let's get your long-winded outro out of the way first, sir. Where can everybody find you?
Wow. I'm not prepared. I'm always at the end. What's going on?
Are we anybody going to play Warzone with me after the show tonight?
Yeah, I'll play Warzone with you for sure.
Try.
Because I got some late breaking news.
Man, I was. Oh, okay. Right on.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, we'll get you out of here first.
Yeah, no problem. So, everybody, fantastic show. It was amazing tonight to be on here. Great to have Caitlin back on the show and to hear her lovely voice. And it was fun. Obviously, tons of laughs. Thank you all, chat, for putting up with us, taking left turns. I know some of you come here for that, and we appreciate that. That's what we try to provide this. This is a lax kind of a show here because Mav's running it, not me. That's what happens.
But we have felt like a NASCAR race tonight.
Right, exactly. We went all the way around the track and back again to the same point. But no, it was a great show. Appreciate you all being here. Chat, you all amazing. Lots of good conversation in there. But thank you all for being here. Nothing but love and respect. Listen, tomorrow morning, late breaking news. No living split screen tomorrow morning. Okay. Steele's got some stuff to take care of that just came up out of the blue. He was just messaging me during the last 15 minutes here. So no living split screen tomorrow. So you guys all get a break. Okay. Early Thanksgiving break from us. Circle Gaming Podcast is also on break, I believe, at this point with Kay Asante and Everborn. So your Saturday morning is free, folks. Your Saturday morning is free. Have fun. But we will be back, of course, next week after Thanksgiving. I'm sure Steele and I will be going Saturday morning unless Steele or I have some family stuff, but I don't think either one of us do. So expect that. But tomorrow night, you know what's still happening tomorrow night. That's right. Fuzzy's going to be there because he's part of that show. It's the Shop Podcast over on PTK Blam's channel. You got to be there. So if you hear too much of me, guess what? You don't have me and Steele for 4 hours in the morning. So you're going to want to come over to the Shop Podcast no matter what and check me out. Of course. PTK Blam, myself, Fuzzy, we're all going to be there. Fuzzy, do we have a guest this week yet or no? I don't think so.
I don't think we have one announced. So
As of right now, we don't have one.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Central Time. That's right. We changed the hours because of the time shift, because PTK lives in a weird state that doesn't change time ever. So 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Central Time. Be there, the Shop Podcast for all night. Xbox Factor. Listen, if you didn't hear Mav announce it in the beginning of the show, if you haven't seen Twitter, Mr. Boomstick for Xbox Factor has added another panel member. That's right. No matter who can show up and who can't show up, he's going to have a full show because he just added Justin Sand, who was in our chat tonight. Great new member of this community, putting together his own channel. So go check him out as well. But Xbox Factor every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. All good things green over there. You got to be there every Tuesday. It's such a good time no matter what. Thursdays, it's PM in the PM. That's right, Pong and Mav in the PM right here on Fun Speculations channel, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time. If you did not catch last night's show, please go check it out. It was amazing. We had 3 hours of nothing but good talk between me and Mav and the chat. Be there next week. Or no, next week we're not going to have PM in the PM. Mav, you're supposed to catch this stuff.
Sorry.
God dang it.
Yeah,
that's Thanksgiving. We're not doing Thanksgiving. So we got a week off. So no PM in the PM next week, but every Thursday outside of holidays, right, we're going to be there. And even when the Game Awards show up, we're going to do something special. Obviously, we'll probably have a Fun Speculation family get together for December 8th. But next week off, the following week, me and Mav will be back. Friday, are we doing Xbox Ultimate next Friday, Mav?
Yeah, I think so. Still doing the Xbox Ultimate next Friday. If whoever wants to be here, obviously anybody, nobody has to, but still planning on it. I'll probably stream Thursday night too. For all the people that are alone on Thanksgiving, I'll be here for
that's
you.
Nice, Mav. Yeah. That's so nice.
We can.
So
I'll
nice.
even stuff my face with you if you want. I'll have some animal crackers, Your Honor.
So Xbox Ultimate back next Friday night. We'll see who's all here, who's not here. I'm taking that Friday off. I like my long weekend, so we're gonna have a good time. I'm sure I'll be there after gaming all day. So next Friday, right back here again. Otherwise, it's the golden age of gaming, people. So get out there, enjoy your weekend, play what you love what you play, because there's stuff. No matter where you're playing right now, there's something for you out there. We didn't even talk about the PC gaming show that everybody missed this week. I actually watched most of it. I didn't get all of it because I was at work, but man, there was some amazing stuff. The return of RTSs, Mav.
Yes.
It's on its way.
Meant to bring that up today. But oh, well,
we didn't even bring that up because you ended the show. But real quick, for everybody, because Mav and I make sure that we keep you informed about RTSs that are coming out. Listen, if you missed it, VGC, bunch of people put out articles. Eurogamer, everybody did. Company of Heroes 3. If you don't know what that is one of the primo RTSs on PC. It is a World War II based one that has been around, that it is beloved, and it has been a while since they've come out with a new one. Company of Heroes 3 was already announced, but PC only. Well, guess what? It got rated in Taiwan for PlayStation 5, for Xbox Series X and S. We are potentially getting another RTS next year, and it's a big one. So guess what? Buckle up. RTSs are back. Go watch that PC gaming show preview for 2023. Back again in 4K. Lots of good stuff announced, and a lot of that stuff is going to be coming to console as well. So it's not just about PC gaming anymore. When they show that, you're going to see a lot of stuff on console. It's the golden age, folks. So get out there, enjoy your weekend, have a great one, and we'll talk to y'all real soon.
Right on, bro. Hey, thanks, Pong, for everything.
You're welcome.
Always.
Yep.
Jasper, where can everybody find you, sir?
It feels so weird. It feels like the show should have ended by now, but Lord Jasper on Twitter, Lord Master Jasper on YouTube. Just do random stuff over there. Check that out. FSP is Monday at 10 o'clock right here on the Fun Speculation channel, now brought to you in part by Manscaped. And then it's Xbox Ultimate Fridays, 10 o'clock. We changed the time, so it's now 10 o'clock. It's Xbox Ultimate is Fridays, so that's about it, I guess.
Right on, dude. That was fast.
Yeah.
Like
well, it's because Pong's takes like 17 minutes, so it's
it's an event.
You need to get some more shows underneath your belt, like Fuzzy, because Fuzzy's catching up to me in length, by the way.
Yeah.
If you didn't notice.
Whoa, pause.
That's only because Fuzzy is Manscaped. You haven't done
that. Is correct. I was just going to say, because now Fuzzy has Manscaped, so he's catching up to me in length.
Yeah, there you go. Fuzzy Belvedere, the always fuzzy winner, not so much anymore. Where can everybody find you? Only fuzzy up
certain
top.
areas. Yeah.
Where can everybody find you, bro?
Oh man, this was awesome. Yeah, I can't even talk now. You can find me on Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere. Same on Mastodon. Just in case, in case the lights get cut off here on Twitter. But other than that, you can find me on the Shop Podcast tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think 6 p.m. Arizona time. Mondays lunch break special, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Double Barrel Gaming with Mr. Boomstick, Web Dave, and Crazy Louie. And then later that evening on FSP, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Fun Speculations channel. And then on Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, back on Double Barrel Gaming for Breakfast with Boom, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then right back here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Xbox Ultimate. Look forward to seeing you there.
Right on, bro. See, that has a lot of shows, but it was also like pretty. It was like what, like a minute, 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah, Pong adds
Fuzzy
fluff.
cut it down on purpose right now. He usually adds some fluff in there, but he was thinking about length too much, so he got sidetracked.
Okay.
So that obviously affected his outro.
That's right.
Yes, correct.
I like your outro though, Pong. I don't want you to ever change it.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
For certain
I'm
shows,
going
I do.
to.
I do the cut down version for certain shows, but that's fine.
What is it? What does the cut down version sound like?
I just
It's
whip through it
16
without the
minutes
fluff.
instead of 17.
Yeah, I mean, I cut out a minute and a half or so. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Podcasting time.
Pretty solid. Psycho, the mellow fellow from outer space. Appreciate you, bro, as always. Thanks for being here. Where can everybody find you?
Thanks for everybody coming out tonight. Chat, you guys are awesome. Love it, Manscape. Thanks for helping me take care of my manhood and getting it nice and smooth for my neighbor. She loves it. And so yeah, everybody, please check out FSP on Mondays. I think still 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we're gonna. Too? Yeah, no, it's 10. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna run with Fridays at 10 for a while. I mean, it could change back at some point, but like it just seems like it works better right now. So that.
All right, and yeah, so check us out on Mondays, and then Fridays Xbox Ultimate, where we as like tonight we go left. We just like having fun, There's so many people out there that are so serious, and you know what, it's Friday. Let's unwind, let's relax, let's have some fun, and let's drink a beer or smoke or a toke, whatever you guys.
We're
like
never
to...
getting Phil Spencer. Jesus.
Maybe on the PM.
Mav's gonna have to hide all of Xbox Ultimate.
Yeah. Just this one show. Hey, Phil, the one that has the most episodes and we started with, and like,
no, that one doesn't count.
Doesn't exist.
You just hide it the week you send him
and...
the invite.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, the
yeah,
funny
you guys
thing is, Manscaped found this one over the other ones, right? So that was interesting.
Well, they probably like this one because it's a lot of humor.
So. Where you talk about balls a lot anyway. So
yeah, cack and balls. But yeah, you guys find me on social media. I'm on Mastodon as Psychonauts 8 as well as Twitter. We'll see. Twitter stays afloat. So far, so good. We'll see. I think it was more.
Question is, if it goes down, is there anybody to fix it? That's we'll see. Who knows? I mean, I think everything will be good. But
yeah, we'll see.
Right on.
But yeah,
I was just laughing at Tony's comment.
Tony, oddly enough, Psycho has nothing to plug, and his outro is taken the long.
Oh yeah, because his butt's already plugged. That's why.
Oh, that's funny. That's good. Well, everybody, again, like Fridays for a while at least, we'll be going at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Mondays, FSP at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Thursdays, PM in the PM at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And more game streams and YouTube little stuff that we do here. Appreciate everybody. Again, you all rock. Have a good one. Peace.
Manscaped.com.
Bye, everybody. Make sure you shave your balls.
Oh my gosh.
Manscaped.com, 20% off on speculation.
On speculation. Go.
All right,
use it
minions,
now.
sell people ball stuff. Let's go. All right, now. All right, bye.
Fast
All
like
right,
radio,
wait,
like
hold on.
Micro Machines.
Hold on,
Micro
guys. I
Machines
missed
guy.
the super chat.
Yeah.
There's still people.
Micro-
Y'all still there? I missed the super
Oh.
chat. Vic,
Oh,
Click.
you son of a
Oh,
bitch.
I know.
and it's Vic. Vic listens to us at the bar, and you missed
Oh,
his super
I
chat.
know,
Jesus.
dude. I'm sorry, Vic. We're still live. If y'all still there, Vic,
Oh, we're
the
still
click.
alive.
yeah, we're still on.
Vic, the click. Oh, I was away for a second. That's what you're safe, Psycho. You know, Vic the click with the $5 super chat says, "Amazing podcast,
He's
guys
still here.
and lady. It's been a while since I said lady. I had 2 beers at the bar, about to get more beers, and I'll see you guys in Warzone. Right on, dude.
Nice.
Appreciate you. Peace out, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Later, everybody. For real this time.
Testicular cancer kills men.
Oh, man.
And Phil.